Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. We're back for some more Oxygen Not Included. Hope you're doing well, Leofar. Wet! Yes, we're going to the Wet Asteroid today. We finally discovered it. We've got a rocket loaded up with a rover. We're going to have a look with the rover first, because I've literally never been here before, and then we'll probably send a dupe. The question is, do we actually send a bionic dupe, or do we send a regular dupe of food? Because if the bionic dupe has to lead their suit, we're going to have a bad time on a water asteroid. I'll have a think. But yes. Let's have a look. So let's load up the game briefly as well. I'm gonna have my normal music on today as well, because the reality is there's still gonna be a lot of downtime. I'm still trying to expand out this transformer spine. Now there is some steam in here. Right, thank you, game. There is some steam in here, but it's nowhere near the amount that is outside. I'm pretty confident we can condense all of this at some point. There shouldn't be a heat leak here. If we have a look at the relative temperature, the issue might be this tile. It looks like that tile specifically might be having some issues. What's going on here? Is there a pipe bridge? No. What about gas pipe? No. Okay, well, I'm not sure why that tile specifically has an issue. Maybe I can get them to rebuild it out of a different rock. That might make sense. Let's... I don't know. I think we'll be alright. Hope we do well, Uglavisk. Let's continue to dig out this transformer zone. I mean, this is practically a water asteroid at this point. It's all full of steam. Look at that. But we need to do something a bit more exciting on this today. So let's go have a look at the rocket. Okay, you're full and ready to go. We've actually filled it with... what have we filled it with? Sandstone. Now this orbital cargo module dumps cargo randomly on the asteroid, so that's not great. But we'll see if any lands at the top. Do I want to go past anywhere in specific? Oh, we don't have the cartographic module. Oh, that's hilarious. We can't go through these tiles because we don't have the cartographic module. Well, how about we go this way, then we can pick up the robot arm on the way. Seems good to me. There we go. Get out of there. It's loading all the little packets. How dense is the steam? It's about 400 kilograms per tile in the steam room, and then it seems to be about 8 kilograms per tile outside of the steam room. We are running a water pipe past this. I'm trying to build this coolant pipe, and I'm going to keep hooking it up, because we have a lot of extra coolant sat in some tanks. So I'm going to hook this up, and hopefully this is going to start condensing some of the water. But what I will do is I will shuffle this out of the way. So that can just go like this. And then that water can feed in. And then I can just disconnect this afterwards. 40% of liquid water. Yes, I guess. There isn't actually that much water involved, I suppose. This looks like a lot. We have some salt water in the coolant loop now. Is that allowed? I guess it is allowed. Right, now I'm hoping running all this water past this is eventually going to help condense it. I don't want it to heat up too quickly because we are still ultimately trying to cool the base. But we do have to get rid of this steam at some point. Perhaps what would be wise to do is to double wall this, because when you've got a load of steam on either side of an insulated tile, it stops being so effective. And we have a fire pole right next to it. I think for now it's acceptable for me to cover this up, and we'll rebuild the ladder later because we have the fire pole next to it. Maybe... Well, they have another ladder over here. I think this is fine. We have enough fuel for a round trip, that detour. Yes, it's 8 tiles there, 8 tiles back, and we have 20 tiles worth of fuel. So we should be fine. Building melted. A liquid bridge melted? That's funny. Okay. Perhaps make these out of igneous rock then. There you go. But yeah, the ultimate aim, what I want to do on this asteroid today, so we're trying to get some more reed fiber going, but I also just want to monitor the situation. Now that we've actually refilled all of our suits, or repaired all of our suits, I want to see how much reed fiber we're making off of just the Drecos. We figured out yesterday that regular Drecos turn into adults with 90% scale growth, but glossy Drecos still get 100% scale growth as adults. Which I found very interesting. But this does mean I'm either going to need more Drecos or more reed fiber. We are going to try and cool down the base. We're going to try and cool down this water loop a little bit more. One issue is we're sending a load of non-polluted water through this pipe now. But the good news is this is just hooked up directly to bathroom water, so it shouldn't matter. But all the water in the base seems to be warmer now. We did yesterday install a second thermal aquatuner next to the poke shells. So I'm hoping we can actually start cooling the base a bit more effectively with this. I'm kind of skeptical. I mean, if we go out here, let's set this to, say, 33 degrees, that's fine. Now this is going to nuke the game, me loading the temperature overlay, zooming out like this. But yeah, I guess I'm most concerned about this bit down here. This is very hot down here. Oh, the day has rolled over, that's why it's turned into a PowerPoint slide. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get this sorted out. So let's go ahead and do this. Because if we look here, yeah, it's like 125. This is hot because we're letting the heat in over here. I think this is technically fine. Also, it's carbon dioxide down here. There is a little bit of steam, but not a lot. I think I do still want to double wall this, though. At least for now. Maybe we'll change it later. I will make this a regular ladder, though. In fact, actually, you know what? I'll put one here. That seems fine. Yeah, go ahead and do that. So, is there anything else I want to do over here? Phlox is doing fine. I'm not really worried about them anymore. This asteroid, I don't think anything specific is going on here. We've actually got the bionic dupes on defragging. Make a few extra microchips. Because I want to make sure they're not going into space and getting absolutely rinsed. So you know what I might do? I might export microchips. We'll send them to the other planet. Because we don't need them here, really. But yeah, gulpfish are repopulating well. Their temperature is high, but the water temperature is low. I think we have this water temperature under control now. What I want to do is I want to make sure it definitely doesn't get above 25. So I think if I set this to above 25, and then this one to above 39, that should make sure that the water is all... No, that's not how that works. I have to set this to... The water needs to make... I need to make sure the water is cool on the way out. Let's set this to a... Let's set this to 11, and then set this to... 23? No, 25. I think that will work well. Let's see how that goes. I don't care too much about this. All I care about is we're making fish for the tree, so we can make more insulate and isosap. But the the actual temperature management, I don't care too much about. We have enough power to run the thermal aquatuners, so I'm not really worried. Pumping all this gas out of here. This magma is pretty close to condensing. You can always tell because it gets, like, less saturated in color. We'll still periodically remove gases from here. We have a lot of gas canisters here now. But there's not a lot of gas left in here. It's down to, like, milligrams at the pump. So that rocket is going to get there in about 2.2 cycles. We'll get the robot arm on the way. Do I actually want to go and grab any data, grab any material from these fields? There is some metal ore. You could go grab some metal ore. That's not a bad idea. Crude oil. Wait! We don't have an oil biome. We have an oily asteroid field with 29 tons of oil in it. That's at least somewhat interesting. What we could actually do is we could pick it up with a cargo rocket, land it on this asteroid, and then we have oil on this asteroid. And considering we don't have an oil biome, that's pretty good, because we have slicksters making oil, but it's pretty crude production method. Wow, wow. Right, let's keep looking here. I want to make sure we don't have any idleness anymore. So keep building these. I'm just going to check it occasionally. Getting pretty close to the bottom here, that's good. Let's see what's going on with this actual water temperature. So how's this looking? Oh, this one's cool. Oh, it's cooled right down in here. This is broke again. It is over pressure, and we've also got too much water in here. It's all backed up. I guess make some more glass. And then what we'll do is we'll hook up... We haven't done this in a while. Let's just do this. Yeah, make some more glass, and then... Oh, wait. Have we got any power wires? Did I repurpose this one? I did. I put a thermal aquatuner on it. Wait. This should still run, though. What's the situation? Oh, it's because the aquatuner is running the fluxes now. We can't do this. Okay. Are there any other power wires I could hook this onto easily? Have a look at this wire. Right, this one... I think I can actually put the aquatuner on... I think I can put the glass forge on this one. Because these are all intermittent consumers. And we don't need to run the glass forge very often. So let's just build this. In fact, actually, you know what? Do it like this. And then that can just come down here. And then I can just disconnect this. There you go. Can I just priority 9 that? That would be a good one. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping this will... Okay, this is already working pretty well. So clearly there was just a big heat leak here. Because this temperature is decreasing fairly rapidly now with our coolant pipe running through it. That's good. This water is getting very hot. Mildly concerning. I still need to add more water to this loop. I mean, how are the tanks looking? Have we dumped all the water from the tanks in here? We've dumped a lot of it. There's still a few packets left. Actually, each one of these is 10, so that's 280 packets left. That's probably fine. We'll just let it complete a loop. That liquid loop is absolutely huge. Probably too full, realistically. What's going on here? It's disabled by automation grid. Oh. Oh, the temperature's actually getting to the point where these are starting to cool down. That's interesting. I think this means I could start opening some of these ports then. Okay, I have a challenge for you guys. Do you have the internet page, the wiki page for steam turbines? Because we've got 2 ports open at the moment, and that's suited for about 350 degrees heat. But now that the steam is actually getting less than that, I think it's time that we open up more ports. Because we're actually not starting to... We're starting to lose full power on these. Realistically, I should probably actually wait until we're down to like sort of 280 degrees or something, I think. You just had some sour gas? Nice, I'm glad you're thinking of me, Tech Rock. Tech Rock? Yes. I'm not going crazy. 2, 357, 3, 270. Right, so what I actually want to do is I want to set these to send green signal if above 270. That's what I want to do. And then once some of these start turning off, then that means I should open up another port. Okay, that's fine. So up until now, we've been wasting power deleting the heat. Now we're not actually wasting power. But the amount of power will start to decrease. It's probably fine. I don't even know if these temperatures are decreased. Can I... Oh, right. Let's party 9 this. Let's party 9 these as well. Yeah, fix that little hole. And then the ladder as well. I mean, I guess you can go up and down the fire pole a little bit. I don't know. That seems kind of bad. Just do this. Right. What are we doing then? Pipe. We're making glass for these, right? That was the whole purpose of this. So what I want to do is I want to cut these pipes off once the packets go through, just to let some heat into the room. There you go. And then same here. That should start to transfer a fair bit of heat over. Then that should melt again, and then we should be fine. I guess there is always just going to be a minor heat leak in these because we've not double-walled the tiles. We'll get a little bit of braking as well, but that's fine. It still deletes 90% of the heat, but it wastes the excess power because it's too high temp. Yes, exactly. That's what I meant, yeah. Wait, what am I doing? Right, let's keep that in there, I think. I don't mind making a little bit of extra glass. Once the debris heats up, we should be fine. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that should be fine now. Because the steam gets taken back up through these, I think. Although, actually, now that I think about it, this is full at the moment. So that's probably not going to help. How about we just do that, and then cancel this. Let that one through. And then we keep doing this one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, do that. I think this is fine with even a relatively large amount of steam in here. How's that looking? Okay, that's starting to heat up. Is that going to stay hot? It probably is, right? I'm just going to connect this back up and then we'll stop making glass. It's always worth making just a little bit of glass. We'll use this for solar panels and other asteroids. Because we are doing that soon, realistically. Right, so this should melt pretty quickly. Once this one melts, we're fine, because then all the temperature actually gets transferred over. There's uranium. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. We'll keep an eye on it. The elusive graphene? Yeah, exactly. So now it's in the 270 to 357 range. It'll actually delete heat slower and produce less power that could in exchange for generating power more efficiently. Yeah, I think that's fine. We still want the power. We're still using the power. It means we don't have to run our natural gas and our hydrogen generators. So we can save all of that backup fuel for when we really need it. Ah, the miracles of gas-based fuels. Man, that's not a sentence you thought I'd be saying anytime soon. Ugh. Yes, today will be nice and chill. I am definitely going to be working on the Blum video. That is going to hopefully be done on Friday. I'm going to get a haircut for it as well. Well, maybe not specifically for the Blum video, but I will get a haircut. I'm kind of aiming to make one video per week. That's my goal. And it's not necessarily going to be Sandbox Showcase. There may be some smaller things in there. I might make a couple of just general discussion videos. I kind of just want to make a general discussion video about the power creep and Oxygen Not Included DLCs. And then there's a few other things, like an updated wish list of quality of life features. That's another video I might do. I think it is worth making content like that, and it's relatively quick for me to make content like that, and I have a lot of opinions, and people do keep asking me for them, which is perfectly justified. But how do you sell things about power creep? That's the thing. My hypothesis is that power creep for the DLCs is actually good, because they're all optional. You don't have to play with the DLC content. Nobody has deleted the base game. Just because there are more optimal pathways, you can still do fun things just for the sake of it. Having the power creep exclusively in DLCs, I think, is actually like the best approach. Because it gets it. Because the thing about this game is, it's hard. It's really hard. And it puts a lot of people off. Even with power creep DLCs, the game is still hard enough for the average player. Even if the new thing is only stronger in certain circumstances, it'll make you still make it stronger overall. Yes, exactly. But the good thing about the game is it's quite good at gatekeeping some of this stuff. So first of all, you have the asteroids. You have the asteroids, so you can limit stuff to certain asteroids. You can make a planet pack where if it's really impactful late game stuff, you can just make it an extra planetoid out in space, and it's not going to immediately destroy the game balance. One thing that is slightly concerning about that is the Printerceptor, because if you're on a classic asteroid with a Printerceptor, you could get access to critters and plants very easily. But with the Prehistoric Planet Pack, the Iridium from Demolior is a very powerful resource, but because it's limited to Demolior specifically, it's not actually going to break the game balance. Similarly, Nectar is a fantastic coolant liquid, and probably the best one in the game until Super Coolant. Having it early trivializes cooling networks because its heat capacity is so high. But you do kind of have to get to the Frosty Planet to make it, or you have to print a bonbon tree and then make a load of snow, and that's quite a long-winded process anyways. The Printerceptor, I think, the issue with the Printerceptor, so obviously it's really good for rescuing people from dangerous circumstances, like all of a certain critter has been wiped out. And it lets you play on asteroids without certain resources and introduce that resource if you need to. And that makes it kind of difficult to balance the game around local scarcity. But equally, if you don't want that experience, you can just turn the Printerceptor off. It's completely optional. You can disable it if you want to. If you want that gameplay experience. The good thing about all of these power creep options that are being added to Oxygen Not Included is they're all optional. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, this is cooled down now. This is fine. Once we actually use this water, this steam will actually go in here. What is going on here? This is not right. What did I even do that for? Okay. Well, that was a pretty big mistake. We should get a lot more cool steam vent water through here now. Is that good? Oh, that's what's going into this pipe. Well, we'll see how that goes. If something is worse in every way, there's just no reason to use it. Yes, exactly. Certain things need to be better in certain ways. But I like side grades as well. Like, the Mammoth is a nice side grade to the Dreco, because it's kind of annoying with, like, requiring cold foods. But you do get all the clay out of it as well. That's something I quite like. Oh, Kerry, actually, you're having fun. Right, let's get back to the game. I've been rambling a little bit. But yeah, I want to make more regular content. And that means probably a few more videos that aren't just Sandbox Showcase, depending on resources and motivation. If I've got like a really good topic I want to cover, like the Printerceptor, then I'll make a video about it. Especially if it's timely. I feel like we've caught up with a lot of stuff in the base game now. And I feel like it's easier for me to make timely YouTube videos than it was in the past. So I'm pretty happy about that. Steel? Yes, please. How the puff's looking. I mean, so long as we've got a puff prints in a bit, and we've got all three of the other puff types, I'm happy. It doesn't have to be running at full efficiency. We only have 6.1 tons of bleach stone. Have we been limited on chlorine? I think we have. I think the chlorine vents have been dormant. That's fine. Right, I'm just going to watch you like a hawk again. I've been waiting to try and catch one of these dupes in the act. We'll keep doing this until our rocket gets to the Water Asteroid. You know what? I think this is a speed 2 moment. If we can keep it above 10 FPS on speed 2, I'll do it. I mean, actually, at the moment we're at 8 FPS. That's probably still fine. I don't know. I think they're faster on speed 1, to be honest. I don't think the error buffering is quite as bad as it used to be, but I think it is still there to a degree. It's always nice when they're disassembling something that they're actually making the next thing out of. Okay, now I can catch you. That's good. Oh. That's kind of weird. Well... Okay, there's no point having a regular spacing here if there's just a whole last row we can't use. Let's be a little smarter about this. So we know we can't use this row at all. So let's actually just remove this. And I don't mind that it's off stagger, because it means we'll actually be able to use everything. Yeah, see how that looks? You're down here again. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, this is going pretty well, I think. We're still generating a lot of heat here. So for context, each power transformer... So each power transformer generates 1 kDTU of heat, right? Is that correct? Let's have a look. Yes. And then if we go to the colony report, let's actually have a look at the colony summary for a change. If we go here, does it tell me... Oh wow, look, we can scroll through the whole list. How many transformers do we have? We have 198. So we have 198 transformers, and then we probably have somewhere in the region of 74 batteries. So each battery generates 1.25. So all in all, it's probably about 300 kDTUs of heat just from our transformers and batteries. So no wonder the one aquatuner wasn't keeping up. Because then we have all the heat from space as well. The funny thing is, we can actually calculate about how much heat we're going to generate overall later. We don't necessarily need this many batteries either. But I kind of want to keep them, because it's nice to have a buffer. I'm We've got lots of different power sources. But if we had 50 kDTUs of transformer usage, that would be... Let's see. Each one is 1 kDTU, but we need a pair. We need a pair for each kDTU... No, for each kilowatt that's being managed. It's kilowatts, not kDTUs. So that means 100 transformers. What? I think the difference... Oh, I think I know what it is. It's because we're not using 50 kilowatts continuously. That's why we have so many transformer pairs. It's more about allocating stuff. So there's probably going to be more... Yeah, it's definitely going to be more than that. I'm imagining it's probably going to get to about 1 thermoacrid unit's worth of cooling just for the transformers and the batteries. I mean, eventually, we'll just have with so much natural gas, we'll just store all the power as natural gas. We'll never have power issues once we build the giant sour gas boiler. Is this really carbon dioxide down here? It's chlorine and carbon dioxide. That's very weird. Yeah, this is actually insulated now. That's interesting. Okay, well, we're pretty close to getting this finished. I am just going to watch you now like a hawk. Oh, look at the Bionic Dupe go. They're a machine. Literally. I'm also really excited because we've actually got progress on the new emotes. I finally decided what I was going to do. They're in progress. They should be ready by next week. And I posted in the Whiskers Lounge on Discord the work in progress emotes. Which is for Twitch subscribers and YouTube members. But obviously you'll see the real emotes soon enough. Yeah, go Ellie, go! Oh, Ellie's all scolded, that's no good. She's limping with a smile on her face. Because you're sticker bombing. Ellie continues to be my least favorite dupe. Right, this looks good. I like it. Right, okay, so what we can do now is we can actually start building the transformers. We're going to hook these thermoacrid tuners up down here. And then that means we can take all of these massive wires out. We can actually put the heavy wire back in. How is that going to work? Well, what could happen is I could just replace this with heavy watt conductive wire for now. Even while it's still connected to the old one. And then we'll flip everything over at some point. I purposely left a gap here a while ago. Right, let's see. So, we want the consumers to be facing this way, that's correct. So, let's make these all out of steel. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. And I'll put some more batteries in for good measure. We'll make these all out of steel, because we're making plenty of steel. That'll do. And then... let's see. The heavy watt conductive wire will come through here. And then we can start pulling these off one by one. We could disconnect them one at a time, and that's not going to cause us any major issues. The steam turbines are actually keeping up pretty well with the heat demand now. They're all running, and the ethanol is slowly creeping over to the side of the turbine room, so that's good. But you are 0.3 cycles away. That's good. Okay, and then we don't have any need for transformers on this side, so I'm probably going to wait a bit longer for this one. And then I need to think about what the heavy watt wire is going to do. I mean, just hooking this up down here will be a good start. That will free up a lot of metal that we can use elsewhere. I think I generally just plonk them in here. I really want to get rid of as many of these conductive wire bridges as possible, because the whole point of running this heavy watt wire spine, apart from organizing everything neatly, is making it so the dupes don't have to put up with a decor penalty. And I know it doesn't really matter that much, but it's my style of doing things. I just like to do it. But I can tell them to connect these as well. Oh, the reason I leave a gap is because it lets me bridge immediately after the transformer, if I need to. Probably will need to. Be looking forward to this. Right, let's priority 9 this. Everything else going over here. Too bad. How many sticks have we got here? 218. Do you reckon we've actually got 218 sticks here? I don't think we have a... Well, no, we have other wild critters just hanging out. Are you all taking damage from it being too cold? Yeah, probably. Yeah, you probably are. If we look at the molten slicksters, they start taking damage at 50 degrees C. Are we really going to have 50 degrees C gas here? That's weird. To be fair, the gas pressure is quite low here now. I'm still mildly surprised. I would have thought it would have been hotter. I guess when the gas pressure is really low, we don't actually conduct that much heat into the environment from the steam biome anymore. The steam biome. Clay, add it. Add the steam biome. Stop being cowards. Love to see it. Oh, you're building all this wire like champs. Good. I still can't get over the fact that Water Asteroid is called H2Ella. Okay, this water's all hooked up as well. That's good. So let's connect this. Then what about this pipe over here? It's getting closer. Oh, the neutronium. Ah, that's annoying. There's probably a way to do it smartly with bridges, but that is annoying. I'm going to connect it here for now, and then what we'll do is I'll run it through the second insulated wall. That's going to need insulated pipe, though. And then put another bridge here. And then we'll hook it up afterwards. What would the steam biome be? Maybe a sulfurous volcanic pool steam? I don't know. They just need some high temperature biomes with high temperature critters. I just want the next asteroid. I want the next planet pack to be a hot asteroid pack, where you start in Oasis and everything gets worse from there. And you start with a little lump of iridium, so you can build some heat-resistant buildings. And then you just got to not die. Yeah, looks like we're actually pumping this water out now. This reactivates in 20 cycles. That's good. I really wanted to just make sure we were actually using this water. Even if it is just going into the spoms. Can you bridge over neutronium? No. Sadly not. Right, here we go. Rockets in orbit. So let's have a look at this then. Let's deploy the rover first. You can land on the dirt, because we're probably going to care more about the other material, aren't we? Right, okay, let's go have a look. We gotta look at this. Hooray! That sounds like fun, particularly if it's a mild pain to get heat deletion, so you can't just cool everything down. Yes, exactly. The point of the asteroid is you start with the iridium, so you have to try and tank the heat. Oh, there you go. You're here. Right. So what we need to do first, we need to dig up as much of this building material as we possibly can, just so we can make sure we can build something. We're going to have to cannibalize pretty much this whole lump, I think, to get down to where we need to get down to. Welcome to the one tropical seas. Oh, wow, it's 45 degrees? I didn't even realize it was 45 degrees. That's quite, hot. That's hot. Yeah. I mean, this bit's kind of coolish. Yeah, if you look at the, temperature map mode, it just looks like piss. Oh, I bet we're gonna have some weird pressure shenanigans, aren't we? Look, I could see the water level rising. Oh, this poor guy. What are we in for, eh? Come on in, the water's warm. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Should we... I'm just gonna do this for lols. I don't expect to actually get any useful material out of this. Yeah, deploy the rock. Deploy the rock. Let's see what happens on the asteroid. Oh, yep, there we go, yep. Okay, the good news is it distributed evenly. The bad news is I think these are 200 kilograms each. Bomb them! Yes, that's what we do. We get to the water asteroid and we immediately bomb it. We're actually playing Stellaris. But there's definitely pressure shenanigans on the water asteroid, yeah. Right. Let's go back. We'll just have to go back the normal way. You're running a little bit low on power banks, but that's fine. Right, let's, I mean, to be fair, there's probably a lot of digs that we need to do. And I need to think about exactly how we're going to do them. I think it would be wise to disarm all of the sand first as well. Because I don't want this just falling down. We got 10 cycles to do this. And if we don't do it in 10 cycles, then we'll just send another rover, maybe. Slow and steady, right? Maybe not slow and steady. But we have other stuff we're doing over here, so... Also, we can just keep going back and landing other rovers. Slowly increasing the amount of rovers. But yeah, I think what we'll do... Let's actually just dig a load of tiles out. Let's plan a load of digs. Let's plan a load of digs, and then we'll just go. So... I think what I'll do... I'll leave that one there, just so that we can go up here, and we can dig all of this. And then leave that one there. So long as we don't let anything past this row, we should be fine. Yeah, there's definitely pressure shenanigans. So let's keep queuing up digs. So... I think we probably need to leave a couple of them like that. And then probably just come down here like this. Seems okay. Yeah, definitely just get rid of all the sand. And then probably like this. Is the water going to destroy some of these tiles? Why didn't I make the drop pod out of steel and drop 2 robots, make them dismantle the drop pod and send a dupe down to build a landing pad and boom me there? Because I've never done this before. I've literally never done this before. Why didn't I do the optimal move? Yes. Truly a mystery. Make the drop pod out of steel. Drop 2 robots, make them disassemble it, and send a dupe down to build the landing pad, and then boom you down there. Yes. We could land the rocket and do that. I just want to see a little bit where everything is first. We've got the saltwater geyser here. We've got a big thing of salt. Super salty. This isn't actually that much salt. At least it's double wall, eh? But yes, this sounds like a good idea. We can go do that. let's continue to dig out these bits. Well, what is the drop pod made out of? Let's have a look. What did we make this one out of? Did we make it out of steel? We did make it out of steel. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll make the next one out of steel. Okay, we'll go and land another one immediately, because I think we'll have enough to do here. We'll land another one immediately, and then we'll probably land a dupe, a boop with them. Probably with a load of algae. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of water here. We just make it an electrolyzer. That's probably fine. Let's keep doing this. So I want you to come down here, and then I want you to do probably this. I think in actuality what I want to do is I want to dig out all of these watery tiles. I think we can do that. Not watery tiles, but you know what I mean. We'll figure out where to put our ladder. We'll probably just put our ladder so it runs past the... So it runs past this. If I knew that, I probably would have just put 2 rover lander modules on the rocket originally. That would have been a good idea. It's a good thing to remember. Right, and then we need to get down here. Then that is probably pretty close to it. I don't want to let any of this out. You should be able to get up past all of that. And then I think it's just a case of what do I actually want to do over here. Oh, I need to leave this one. I think that would work. Oh, we can get down here as well. Right, let's go back to the other planet for now. And we'll hook this up while we're waiting for the other one. So, first of all, this one could just go here. So then that means I can cut this one off. And I can connect this here. Yes, good job. And then this is going to have to disconnect. So that one can actually just go... Oh, right, that's the pump. Okay. I'm going to have to connect that one up separately. Keep thinking about this. I think I'm just going to start hooking all these up. So cut this, cut this, cut this. And then I can start bridging everything over. Now, I can't actually bridge over here, so I think we're going to have to rearrange some of this wire. I think what I do next is I do this. Let's just do that first, and then I think it'll be less painful for the rest of it. Oh, I'm glad we're finally at the Water Asteroid. We've waited a long time for this. We do have 100 tons of algae, by the way. Where do we get 100 tons of algae? Just demolishing this asteroid, I think. We have slime from meteors, but I haven't been running algae distillers. We've just been feeding it to mushrooms. We're making a lot of fried mushrooms up in here. Yeah, go ahead and hook this all up. Good job. The water planetoid is often the first outer planetoid I go to. Interesting. Why is that? Because I'm imagining it's not because of the water. Is it just to get your hands on super coolant? Like as quickly as possible? We do also need to find a temporal tear asteroid, because I want to do that. We've never done the temporal tear before. Gotta do it. Super coolant and lime, yeah. I mean, I find the lime... I don't usually struggle for lime. But I think it is super coolant. That is the reason I would go. Right, so you're actually hooked up now off of this transformer. That's good. And then after that, we need to start bending a few more things around. And I think I'm just going to leave this wire here. So that can get disconnected. Then that can get disconnected. And that can go in here. Oh, wait, hold on. What's the situation with this? Okay, so there's two of them hooked up. To be honest, the dupes build stuff quickly enough. I'm just going to let them keep doing this. The only thing is, we need the heavy watt wire to actually come out somewhere as well. But I will think about that in a minute. I think there will be a way to get it to work. So it's gonna look kind of like, oh god. Okay, let's just start connecting things while we're paused. I think that's a good idea. I mean, a superconductive asteroid is the first one you go to. I think, yeah, like we're really not short of metal. The graphite is definitely something we need to make super coolant out of. Also, we need to see how much super coolant we can actually make. The good news is we do have petroleum now. Because we did actually get the slicksters. And then disconnect these. Yeah, do that for now. Let's Priority 9 build all of this. And then we can get rid of the other wires. Okay, you'll probably be here for another cycle or so. Where's this ladder going to go? I could remove this one too, but how do I want to let the water in here? It's not like the water is going to sweep the debris away. Rover can get wet, right? That'd be pretty horrifying if they couldn't. You need to dig this to actually get your pathway back up. That's fine. So how are we going to get the heavy watt wire through here? Let's get this running again first. Because I know what we'll do is we'll just run it along the bottom. Do I need to steam isolate it? I don't think I even do. And also, this is going to cool down fairly quickly. We're going to... When we do actually cool everything down in this room, it's going to end up as water on the bottom. So I think I am just going to build the heavy watt wire down here after all. Then whatever we do with the steam, I think it won't actually matter too much. It's a lot of metal. The key is going to be actually insulating it in here. We're just letting a load of heat leak in through here. Doesn't look like it. They did that so quickly. Look, it's amazing how quickly they actually do things when they have suits. How is the reed fiber looking? Okay, reed fiber is stable. That's good. I mean, I imagine they're going to have to repair their suits all at once. Or, well, probably not. It's probably still going to be distributed just because of the dupe's behavior. You did actually build the wire, didn't you? Oh, wait, hold on. What is this? What is this? Boom. Okay, so you just need to finish off these wires now. There we go. Look at that. Actual neat wiring. You'll like to see it. I mean, that'd be a pretty underwhelming thumbnail, but I quite like it. The art, like the noir wiring. I don't know. Right, so what does this mean? It means I can just straight up remove all of these wires. So I'm gonna do that just so that we free up some space over here. Look at this. Wait. Okay, let's think about this. So we know we can remove all of this. We know we can remove this. I think I'm going to leave each of these terminal bridges. Because we know we're going to need those. And yeah, all of this stuff is purple, so we can actually turn it off. And then this one going up here is unrelated. Okay. This one is literally just jacking in here. I think I'll have to leave that exit there. That's fine. Great. You can use all that metal to build the heavy watt wire. This is so annoying. Right, and then I guess I'll tell you to do this. Go, Neo, go! Maybe we'll wait until Neo goes on shift, and then we'll, or goes on break, and then we'll go back to the water planet. I'll keep an eye on the rocket. Who's expelled? What? Excuse me? What is going on? Oh, we filled up the tank. That's true. Okay. Alright, guys. I have a suggestion. I'm gonna put a bridge here. And once we filled up one tank's worth of gunk, the rest of it is getting dumped in the payload launcher and we're launching it back home. And we're gonna use it for shenanigans. That seems reasonable, right? I'm gonna export gunk. That should not go there. That should be a bridge. Good job, guys. And you can do that in your spare time. I don't need you to divert yourselves from what you're doing at the moment. Are you actually exporting microchips as well? How many are we making? Are you loading these up occasionally? Yeah, we've got 30 microchips in here. Yeah, some microchips, some gunk. Thinking of gunk as the thing worth exporting as a particular kind of game logic? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No! The Dyson Sphere program music has made its way in. That's hilarious. I realize a slight flaw with this plan. Can you actually open the payloads up here? Yes, you can. Okay, good. We may as well open all of these. They're worth a few tiles, right? Each each sandstone is worth 500 kilograms, so each payload is worth 200 kilograms. So perhaps not the best use of your time after all. Well, I think we'll still do it, because I think we'll still be a little bit short. Every bit will help. And then what I could do as well, I could just put like a ladder probably here. And then you can go here. And I'm just going to straight up dig all of this. Actually, you know what? Leave that one. Yeah. I am not enjoying reading the news at the moment. Don't like it. It's so weird. I've never seen this. Least well-disguised vent in history. Looks like a fairly normal vent. Oh, please show me the graphite. I guess I'm just going to put the ladder here because we're doing ladders here anyways. And obviously we're going to build the odd segments, I think. Do I want to stagger it? I might stagger it because I think it might be quicker for them to climb up and down them like this. What do you think? Does this make sense, guys? Because they're just going to stand on top of them and then move down like that? I think I would normally like to build a regular ladder, but I feel like we're going to run out of material. Actually, I mean, I don't know. How big is this asteroid? I think it is a big asteroid. Very wide. One thing I would say as well is I do actually want to just go across the whole width. I can let this out here. That's fine. That can... I can't do that one. I think I have to leave that one. I think you'll have enough materials. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got... I think we'll probably have like 60 tons of sandstone once we're done demolishing all of this. Maybe I overestimated how much of an issue this would be. Let's just build them all at this level, I think. See how wide it goes. I don't like how much the surface moves. I'm not used to it. Usually plenty. You usually don't have to demolish the landing area quite that much. Oh, okay, that's good. I just wanted to make sure that we had enough... Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we didn't get stranded when we had a dupe here. I think we will still try and explore as much as we can before we land a dupe here. Maybe we're going to hold off opening these. I don't think this is particularly worth it, actually. That's going to take ages. You can open that one. Oh, and open this one. That's annoying me. Okay, let's go back here. Nearly done with this. These pipe segments are going to annoy me for all time because I ran them through neutronium. Oh! I saw someone came up with a way to glitch heavy watt wire into tiles. We're not going to do that, but there is a technique that exists and it's on the ONI subreddit at the moment. Definitely one to consider if you're annoyed by that. There is a temperature gradient over here now. That is good. We're still cooling down. Are we getting any more polluted oxygen up here? No. That's really good. I'm glad we actually solved that problem. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the ethanol. I think most of it is spreading out into this area. Wait. Is that retreated? Sure, we'll come back. Right, let's get this done while we're here. The dupes generally aren't going to be idle here, though, because they have the gyms to run on, and they've been doing that for a long time, frankly, at this point. It'd be nice if Clay added an official insulated heavy watt joint plate. Yes. I've got to admit, making vacuum gaps with heavy watt joint plates is the most annoying thing about heavy watt wires to me. And it's why I don't tend to just build them willy-nilly into builds. Because actually thermally sealing them is really annoying, and it's, frankly, feels like an unnecessary challenge. Like, it just feels bad to do. Okay, I think just leave, well, you know what, the ladder can go down here, that's fine. Right, we're actually done with this, that's good. So... Let's extend the heavy wire down here then as well. Yeah, and now I need to figure out what I'm going to do over here. I mean, I guess it's going to go all the way down here, isn't it? I can't fit the wire down here, so that will be the end. Okay. The other thing I could do is I could actually insulate this and make a crawl space down here. We could probably fit a vacuum. It's fine. So just replace the tops first. Wait. We're out of iron. Amazing. What we got? A wart seed? Wow, we don't have any wart seeds over here. We've used them all. I haven't really thought this through, have I? Actually, I could get in through here. This is all one contiguous block, so there's only one mountain. I think I did make sure there was only one mountain in this, so we can always get through. The only thing is, there's probably going to be a little bit of deconstruction needed to get through these areas. There is also the question of how we're even going to get through here in the first place. Let's just leave it like that for now, and we'll come fill in the gaps later. This bit we definitely can do. How's the rocket doing? Rocket will be back in 0.9 cycles. We could probably get another rocket out there in, like, I don't know, 3 cycles-ish? Two rovers will be quicker than one. Right, let's see if this gunk export is actually going to happen. Okay, soiled suit and gunk mouth. This dude recently expelled gunk, built up gunk, and can still taste it. Okay, that's not good. Right, you. Gunk extraction required. Pipe blocked. Oh right, hold on. Okay, I think I need to get these guys back on a normal schedule just for a minute. There you go. Yeah, go sort this out. You need to do this bridge first. I don't mind all the gunk dripping down here, that's fine. You're set to the main asteroid, that's fine. I have another question. Where are we actually sending... What are we actually doing with all the gunk on this asteroid? Because we still have bionic dupes here. Like, a couple. I kind of forgot what we're actually doing with it. Right, it's here. There's tanks. There's a bottle filler. We must just be making medical products with it. Gear balm. No? Are you making gear balm? You are making gear balm. And they're all using it. Okay, that's good. Actually, are you guys alright without the suits now? I might just leave you without the suits for now. Because I don't really want to bring reed fiber back here, and I think you're past the point where you actually need the suits. Because you're not going to be going anywhere scolded for a while. I mean, obviously you don't like the liquid exposure, but I don't think we have that many random liquids. And they don't mind going in gunk. We know that much. Get you to sweep this up. Maybe these. A nice healthy layer of gunk and everything. I'll keep an eye on them. Right, you're here. I'm gonna go build now, that's fine. I probably don't need you to go all the way out to the side that way, because we can see this side from here. So I think it's probably go to this side that I want to see. And I think these could all be priority 5s. I'm happy for you to just do other things. I'm really glad the Rovers are waterproof. Hello, Ian Malkovic. Or however you pronounce it. I hope you're doing well. Boil gunk into petroleum using iridium aquatuner. Use a cooling loop to solidify the sulfur gas that it offputs. Yes, that is a good plan. If we have a look at gunk. If you don't need it just as a conductive liquid or whatever, it boils at 448 degrees into mostly petroleum and some sulfur. And then obviously you can boil the petroleum into sour gas, and you can condense that to get even more sulfur. So it's pretty good. We could probably actually just dump all of the gunk that our dupes make into whatever sour gas infrastructure we build at the end of the day. And I think we'll just leave it at that. That will give us a little bit of extra fuel to kickstart things, I suppose. Turns out the gear bomb uses quite a lot of water, but you get the polluted water back out as well. Wait. Hold the phone. Have we actually... It is unpleasantly viscous. Have we actually just got a load of bottles of polluted water over here, then? Probably not. I think they've been dumping it onto the system somewhere. One can dream. Right, pipe-wise, yeah, you're all hooked up here now. That's good. And then let's get over here. You're ready to go. So all I need to do now is hook you up here and here. Right? Yes. Good. Is this the map with iridium, or do you need to make thermium? This is Oceania. We're on classic. Well, we're on spaced out, but no prehistoric planet pack. We've enabled the pack in the options, but this was generated before the Relica. So we do need to get thermium. We do have the Niobium asteroid over here. We're going to go to the Water Asteroid and grab the Graphite first, because that seems like a bit of an easier challenge, and we still haven't done it. So we'll do that first, make the Super Coolant with all the petroleum we're getting from our slicksters, and then we'll go here to grab the Niobium. That seems like a good idea. I'm very happy with how this run is going now. It's a little slow because it's this late in the game, and I don't want to fry my computer any more than I already am. But it's not too bad. Let's see what's going on with this loop. Is it still cooling down or heating up? They definitely can't fit more aquatuners here. Right, it looks like it's still heating up. That's not good, because that means this water going into the base is still heating up. And everyone is probably really toasty and annoyed in here at the moment. Yeah. Well, what am I going to do about this, then? So, obviously, one thing I could do is I could just stop cooling the rest of the map and make sure the base is cold enough to run the thimble reeds. Let's have a look at where that heat is actually going. So this water is at 54. Obviously, this is too hot. So we're getting some extra cooling here at the moment we shouldn't be getting. We go up here, we go into space. That's about 8 degrees of heat being generated from us cooling down the space debris. Running it through all these conductive panels, we're running it through all the tiles. That gets down here, and then this is running past the transformers as well. Generally, that seems to be pretty heat neutral at the moment. Then it heats up more as we get down here because this area is really hot. And I am trying to actively cool it so we can actually get rid of all this steam. The issue is there's too much heat down here. So this is dumping all the excess heat into our base at the moment. It's not actually what we want. This is a completely separate cooling loop we've got going on here. And then this is going back up here. I guess it's technically counterflowing against the transformers, but that's not good. And that's everything. So what this is telling me is that at the moment, the base is heating up. I mean, intuitively, the base is heating up because we're heating... we're cooling down those areas with the transformers. And also, if we go over here, this is 50 degrees, this is 64 degrees. And then, if we look at this... So it seems to me... It seems to be like, generally, all of the heating that's going into this pipe at the moment is from interacting with the transformers, interacting with everything going on down here. Specifically, these areas down here. So, eventually, that should stop. There's not that much heat capacity down here, it's just carbon dioxide and some hot tiles. Steam is cooling down as well. The only thing is, I can't tank all of this heat. As we do just do that, then the dupes are going to start scalding in the base, which is not the plan. So what is the plan? Are there more aqua tuners I can hook up? I mean, these steam turbines... Okay, let's have a look at this, right? So, we're using the thermonullifier just to keep ambiently cooling the gas. They're not that efficient at cooling stuff. This one is trying its best, it's just very hot. The steam turbines down here are nice and cool. This aqua tuner is connected to the fluxes. Now the thing is, we need the fluxes at a different temperature. We need the fluxes at a different temperature than the rest of the map. So that's why I've hooked them up to this independent aqua tuner, and that's why we're cooling these steam turbines by so much. Yeah, we got our vacuum there, that's fine. If we go over to this one, this isn't actually cooling anything else. So here's what we could do. We can actually, if we set this to say, I don't know, above 30 degrees, because we don't need to actively cool this by so much. I can actually take this pipe and connect it to this pipe, and we can take out another aqua tuner's worth of heat. That seems like a good idea, doesn't it? And how hot is it over here? Well, it's quite hot, but it's just gas. I think that will be fine, because I don't need these turbines to be super cold. I'm just going to make this a regular liquid pipe, and we're going to send it this way. This one is going up here. And the good thing is, as well, I can just pretty easily disconnect this if I need to. Sort that out fairly quickly, please. Wait. That's not what I want. I want that one to go here. Yeah, there we go. And then that pipe is... Okay. Give me a sec. Wait. Let that flow out. Okay, good. Then... we bridge here. We bridge here. And then this can just connect directly to that. And the only thing is, I need to get the directionality right. Because it's flowing this way. So we need the liquid to come in here. Which means I'm going to have to bridge it going that way. You know what? Just gonna do this. And then I can just literally plug it in here and here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's do that. And then we can get a load of extra cooling through that. Because ultimately we do want to cool the steam, and provided the dupes aren't actually scalding at the base, I don't mind dumping a little bit of the heat in there to start with. Because this aqua tuner is a load of spare capacity. That's partly because the Geyser wasn't fully geotuned for a while. We have so much steam in here. Oh, I see what's happening. We're not generating that much heat in here because we're not actually outputting that much of this water. We're outputting some of it, but not all of it at the moment, which is why this is working well. Because each steam turbine here, we would expect it to generate about 90 kDTUs of heat. So this aqua tuner can cover it, and it can still provide a little bit of cooling beyond that as well. But if this is running full-time, then these steam turbines are running more often. But because they're not running full-time, we can hook up this pipe at the moment. Now, I probably... Oh, wait. Why do we just have a load of water here? We just have a load of disconnected water here. That's really funny. Well, that could go in here. You don't mind regular water going into this cooling loop. That will help. Maybe. I like how we still got the plug slugs here as well. Like, I never did anything with the plug slugs, but we just kept them in here. Alright, let's keep an eye on reed fiber as well. We got a Regal Mammoth egg? What? Excuse me? It's kind of funny. I don't think we're going to do Regal Mammoths on this run. But it is funny. Right. Am I just going to send a Bardic dupe over in a suit? At the end of the day, if I really want, I could just set up a naked electrolyzer and hook up the... I don't know. We could set up our spawn pretty easily, generate more oxygen. Or we could just load up all the algae. Let's just load up all the algae. Let's do that. And then we'll just run algae diffusers. Maybe. We'll do something. Let's actually go here. Let's go grab all the algae. I mean, is it really just going to be in random disembodied lumps like this? It must be a bigger lump than this. It'll be the teleporter chunk, right? Where's the big chunk that fell out the teleporter? This one. No? Is it further down? No. Let's leave it for now. See how that goes. How are you looking? Still going down here, that's fine. You can't actually get through this gap. Okay, that is interesting. Well then, let's put a... Just do that then. That's fine. Okay, you're doing a bit more exploring. That's good. We got granite, we got sandstone, we got mafic rock, we got obsidian, we got a regular water geyser. That's nice. Keep building the ladder segments going down here. Okay, we probably overestimated the amount of material we needed for this. You know what we probably are going to have to bring over, though? Metal. That seems like something we're going to be lacking, but I don't know what the bottom biome actually looks like. Let's keep looking for that. Yeah, that's probably fine. I would like to go over here as well. Then we can start looking at this. There's loads of rock over here, so yeah, okay. We went a bit overboard on this, that's fine. Right, how's this pipe looking? Really want to see what's going on. Okay, you're actually building all the pipe. That's really good. I like to see it. Great. Oh, 2 segments left, and you need to build a ladder here. Okay, that's fine. You know what? I'm gonna have one of these. I haven't had one of these in a while. Great. Yeah, there's so much water over there. The first thing we should do is just make a spawn. And we'll probably need to bring enough metal that we can just make the spawn. Now, I could load it up in here, and then we could gradually find it. Because we should be able to reach all of the tiles fairly soon. Let's... Do we have gold amalgam? Did we export all of that? We did export all of that. Okay. You know what? Should we just bring 6 tons of steel? We just build everything out of steel. That seems like a bit of a waste. Wolframite, maybe? Let's fill it with steel. We'll be able to grab it all again. Are these the only 2 geysers here? That's kind of sad. Right, how are you doing? Okay, you're going all the way over here. Let's keep looking down here, I think. Seems good for now. It is quite funny just watching the rover hop over all of the ladders. Did you build the gunk exporter? By the looks of it, yes. It's good. How's the gas pumping going? Wait, we've got polluted oxygen here? Do we have anything that would off gas in here? I think we already did have polluted oxygen here. Not too worried. Yeah, keep taking out all the gas. These are actually tuned up. That's good. Oh, the tungsten volcano is dormant now? Okay. That's interesting. You are the right temperature. That's good. So how many fish do we have in here now? We have... Yeah, we have the right number of fish, I think. So we are getting more eggs. We are getting more fish. That should be helping the cooling as well. That's good. This water is being cooled by the aquatuna. To this level, though. I think we're probably at the point where I should just set this to 25. And this to 39. Let's just see how it goes. At the end of the day, provided we have a steady stream of eggs coming in again, there shouldn't really be any issues. We've still got the Pacu eggs cooking in here as well. We should expect about a third of these eggs to be Pacu eggs. So we'll definitely get some omelets made. This will take all of the omelets out. And dump them over here for the tree to eat. Give me a sniff. Give me a sniff of graphite. There's coal. Interesting. We've got a ton of algae. It's not a huge amount. I think the metal is probably going to be the big concern, though. You're nearly ready. We've got the robot arm in here. It's not functional, just cool. True. Oh, get the sandstone out of here. We don't need any more of that. Okay. This pipe will be ready now. So that means I can disconnect this. I can rebuild this here. And then that water can all go in here, and then that can go here, that can go here, and then this should just flow properly. Good. And then we'll get a load of really nice cold water to come out here. That will cool some of this gas. I don't really mind that. I still find it funny how there's just so much gas out here. Like, the pressure seems to be really high. Why? You know what I could do with over here? The gas pressure map mode. Is there some kind of gas leak over here? Because we've been pumping this gas for hundreds of cycles. I'd have expected the pressure to go down. But there is a vent over here. But that's only connected to that pump. There's no other gases actually coming on here. Unless it's this gas pipe. That's just another pump. But this is like a lot of steam now, so I turned it off. This vent, I literally just have it hooked up over here for now. Although this is probably enough. Wait, that's connected here. But then this pipe is only dumping in these rooms. Yeah, that's only going in the puff branches. So we're definitely not dumping it from that geyser. We're feeding oxygen from the SPOM into that thing. Feeding chlorine from the other asteroid over here. Glad that's still working. We have a load of gas vents here that we disabled. There's a vent over here, but this is high pressure. I wanted to make sure the gas pressure was high over here, because that's where we have the Drecos. But there's no way that this would lead to the pressure being higher than 2 kilograms, right? Unless we've got like a real mix of gases going. It wouldn't have led to this level of gas, surely. Also, if we just look at the gases, right? The carbon dioxide pressure is really low. And then the oxygen pressure sort of steadily increases in these bands. And it's definitely not getting into the base. I'm really confused. I'm not just dumping gases from the other asteroid either. They're still building all that wire, that's interesting. Let's just double check the reed fiber situation again. And then we'll send the rocket over shortly, I think. Because I think we can turn this around. Yeah, reed fiber's actually going up. That's really good. Perhaps that means we don't actually have to worry about the thimble reeds so much. But hooking up that third aquatuner, I think, will definitely help. That probably should have been the first move, if I'm being really honest. This aquatuner over here, how is this connected? Funny thing is, so this one is aiming to cool to room temperature. This is too hot. Do I actually want to get this colder than this? I'm trying to freeze this. I can have this room be colder than this. And this is actually plugged into the rest of the map. So I could actually hook up this aquatuner as well. I can keep looking at all of these different aquatuners. Provided it's not one that's actually supposed to run cold, we should be fine. Right, I'm going to go for a quick break. I will be back in just a second. Oh, look, we caught Whiskers. We caught Whiskers. I'm just going to go to Lou. But don't go anywhere. We're going to continue. We're going to hook up this aquatuner from the phosphorite machine as well, because... Actually, is that alright? Hold on, let me think about it. If we hook that up, that's going to dump a load of heat into this. We're not running that much phosphorus through here. I think this is supposed to be self-contained. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're fine. But yeah, I'm going to go to loot. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, I'm back. Now, yeah, I don't think we're going to hook this other machine up because this machine running is based on us trying to heat up a load of phosphorite. And frankly, if we actually run this enough to just run the base cooling as well, then we're actually going to run out of phosphorite to refine. We have 219 tons of phosphorite. Well, maybe that's not an issue. Am I that desperate for cooling? I don't think I am. Let's keep looking for other cooling loops we can use, though. I think the best way to do it is just go to beta look in the temperature map mode. That one's obviously really cold because it's running the freezers. I don't think there actually are any other aqua tuners that we're just running willy-nilly. So let's... I think we'll just leave it for now and see how that goes. Where are you going? You're delivering all the steel. That's fun. We do still need to deliver the rover. Yeah, that contains a rover. That's good. Yeah, you're full of steel now. Okay. Should we go? Should we just go? I think so. Let's do it. Oh. We need the Trailblazer module as well, don't we? Okay, how about we just do one more trip? Let's do one more trip, at least. We're still looking for stuff at the end of the day. Once we find the graphite, then I think we go and have a look. We got a big old chunk of oxalite. You know what would be really funny? If they just had some really dense oxalite tiles here, just because. This asteroid sounds different than the others. We got phosphorite in here. We got sedimentary rock. It's a big old lump of rock, apparently. Well, I'm not going to stare at water all day. We've got to add some Paku as well. That's what we got to do. Begin launch sequence. Go. Oh wait, this plastic. The plastic! Plastic. Let's go have a look at the artifacts. Because we just scanned another one, right? Have you not done that yet? No. Okay. Well, you'll get around to doing that. Yeah, suits look good now. I think the dupes are slowly going to heal up. Right, let's see. Are we actually exporting gunk? Is this actually happening? I guess they haven't had that much gunk to expel. I don't really mind just leaving it lying around either. What's going on? Who's scolding? Oh. Oh, wait. Thing 2 is no longer allowed in here because they're not wearing a suit at the moment. Get out of here. I think I came here, actually. Oh, wait. You're the guy... Oh, you're the guy that does all the tuning. Right. That does mean I'm going to have to fix your suit. Oh, we did fix your suit. Okay, good. This had some stuff stored in it again. Okay, that's good. Yeah, please put this on. We'll keep you in the suit then. How's this looking? I'm not seeing any off-gassing, but the gas pressure isn't decreasing. I mean, to be fair, there's, like, still a fair bit of gas. We are having to pump it around obstacles. So long as I don't see anything off-gassing down here. Magma is still cooling down. It's just this magma, though. I wonder why that is. I guess there's more gas down here? Oh, we're getting so close. Looks like we've actually taken some pressure damage here. That's probably fine. think I should probably bite the bullet and just dig this one then. Would that be wise? I don't know. Oh, you poor soul. It is going to take you a while to get down there, isn't it? Actually, I have an idea. If I tell you to dig these tiles up, then you'll have some more local material to build with. That's enough for 10 ladders. If I do these, that's enough for 20 ladders. And then we can get down to the next load. And then you can just climb up here. Yeah. Tile breaks, all the debris falls, it'll be annoying. Yeah, but there's not that much debris on these tiles. Debris is pretty well distributed amongst all these other ones. Also, if it falls here, I guess it will fall all the way to the bottom. But we have plenty of debris, as you said. What we got? It'd probably be a good idea to build a mini printer, a mini pod on the Water Asteroid. Just in case we get metal. I guess payloading, actually, payloading metal should be pretty easy. Let's not worry about that. I probably should have made this wire of iron now that I think about it. Use the iron for steel. Oh, this requires specific dupes to build it. That's interesting. Yeah, this is actually decreasing in temperature. That's good. So... the reality is it's going to take absolutely ages for the water to get all the way around this cooling loop now. But we should start seeing a decrease in base temperature soon. I think. Maybe not now, but like eventually. The other question is, so I don't want to use any of the super coolant for cooling the base. I want to use it just for the sour gas boiling. And that whole setup. Wonder how effectively we can actually do that. Wait. Still 20 degrees. Oh, this is another one I can hook up, right? Or is it? These need to be between 5 and 35 degrees C. So I could totally do that. I could totally hook this one up too. It is mildly annoying because we've got all these pipes here. The only thing is, this is the aluminium volcano. There's going to be a lot of extra heat being added to that later. This one I think we can get away with because we're kind of running these turbines intermittently on a semi-permanent basis at the moment. Because we're just letting all the steam build up in here. A super coolant full base loop seems a bit excessive, but that's just an excuse to have an overcomplicated heat exchanger. Lol. Yeah. I don't think we hook it up to the volcano one. Because if we hook it up to the volcano one, then it's going to overheat when the volcano is erupting. Because we need to cool the metal, build stuff. So I think we leave it alone. Looks like you're just about getting over here. So the good thing about this is I can come over here and dig this. And then we should be able to see a lot of what's going on over here. Oh, look, we found it! Graphite! We found the graphite. Graphite is the most stable form of carbon. It has high thermal conductivity and is useful as a construction material. Yeah, and it melts at 277 degrees into refined carbon. But you need You need graphite to make fullerene. No, you need fullerene to make graphite. You need graphite to make fullerene. You need fullerene to make super coolant. So this means, because the molecular forge is on the asteroid, I'm going to have to... Now, there's also sulfur needed. Do we have a sulfur geyser? I don't think we do, but the amount of sulfur is fixed, and it's low. So I think we'll be fine. I think this is probably a case where we just send it back to the main asteroid. So let's set up a molecular forge on this asteroid. We'll want aluminium as well. Aluminium is here. We also have the pipe. We also have the wire for the glass forge here. So it would be pretty easy to just set up a molecular forge in this gap. And we can set it up by the thermonullifier to cool everything down as well. That sounds good. Can we actually even fit it in this gap, though? How wide is it again? Let's have a look. So it does fit here. I'll just have to remove these ladders. That's mildly annoying, but doable. Yeah, let's just sit it right next to the thermonullifier, and then at least we're getting some proper use out of it. And then that wire. So that one is going here. Wait. Is that fine? Probably not. I think it probably does need a dedicated wire. Well, it's very easy for me to put a dedicated wire in now, if I'm going to be really honest. We've just actually cleared up some space. There is actually another wire over here. There's a few different ones. However, because it's so close, I think I'm literally just going to put it here. So let's build this here. And then let's build these. I think those conductive wires are more if we're going to build anything power consuming in the base. Right, okay, so that can go there, and then this can go in here. Then I guess I'll just make this out of granite. So let's 29 all of this. And we need the emulsifier for making super coolant, don't we? Yeah. So we put the fullerene, the gold, and the petroleum in here and get super coolant. So we can set up another emulsifier over here, maybe. Or just over here. I mean, it's what? 4 wide, 3 tall. I could probably put it here, can't I? In fact, yeah, let's actually just do that. You can remove that. And then we could put another emulsifier here that we just used for super coolant. I think that makes sense. And this uses 480 watts, which is mildly annoying, but I'm sure we can plug that into a different one. I don't think it's actually going to matter now that I think about it. Oh, I can just plug it into the aquatuna wire. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now you can remove this. What a funny way of organizing things. I think we will need a weight plate for the light on this. Do I actually want to run a light? Oh, I could run a light over here. That seems fine. Let's put a tile there, because we will do that. I don't really want to run a ceiling light for such a tall building. I'm glad we're doing something a little bit interesting today. I should probably stop saying that things aren't interesting. It just feels like it's been so long. Again, I'm going to make this out of steel, because steel is more abundant than metal ore at this point. So that tile of interest is here. So this needs to be a weight plate. And then we need to have a lamp here. This is all actively getting cooled, so it'll be a huge issue. And then that can just plug into this wire. Did I send this one all the way down here? There you go. Wait, hello, something interesting happening. What? I triggered you. Everything can be interesting just in different degrees. Yeah. We have discovered graphite. We discovered graphite on the Water Asteroid. There's a little chunk of it here. Yeah, I know, right? We're actually on the Water Asteroid. So we'll have to come over here and mine some. And in fact, what I want to do is I want to do that before we go all the way down. Because we'll want to export in order of depth. Let's priority 9 this dig over here just to explore. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to go grab that. And then we're going to send it back. Rocket's going to land there in 1.5 cycles with another rover. That's going to help speed things up. Super Coolant, yeah, exactly. So we have to turn the graphite into Fullerene in the molecular forge. And then we have to turn the we have to turn the Super Cool, we have to turn the Fullerene and Gold and Petroleum into Super Coolant. So actually, you know what would really make sense is putting this next to a gold volcano, but we don't have a gold volcano on this asteroid. So we're just going to put all the Super Coolant stuff in one area. So this means we're going to need to run some petroleum over here. Now, the intent was that we were going to sort this out. I think what I'm actually going to do, because we're filling up bottles of liquids anyways, we don't need a huge amount of it to start. I'm just going to put a bottle filler here. So that can go... Where do I want that to go? I can just put that here, right? It's not an issue. It's a little ugly. You know what? Actually, I may as well just put it here. But that means I've got to move this pump, but I'm happy to move this pump. Wait, I'm not running this? Oh, great. If I'm not running it, I won't bother. Yeah, that's fine. So we need a weight plate here. We have plenty of gold, that's good. And then this can go here. And the light level, what's the light level on the tile of interest? It is... It's dim? That's probably enough, right? And I'm going to have to put a liquid tank in for the Super Coolant.
There we go.
Trouble Queen, hello. Let me give you a shout out. What are you up to these days? How's it hanging? We have actually done something interesting today. We have landed a rocket. We've landed a rover on the Water Asteroid. We haven't been here before. I thought there wasn't going to be enough sandstone to actually build all these ladders, but we do have enough. We've managed to get down here. We're managing to connect onto everything. And we found some graphite. Why is there so much water? This is actually the place from Subnautica, you know? There's some Reaper Leviathans in here as well we're going to watch out for. I don't know. I'm glad there's a water asteroid. We've got to introduce some Paku to it. Everything is pretty warm. The water is all at like 45 degrees C. So you know what we should do? We should actually dump our tropical Paku here. That would be really funny, wouldn't it? Just fill it up with tropical Paku. Like the whole asteroid. A 9x9 version of the Jorbo. Oh my god, you could totally make a Whiskers Leviathan, couldn't you? Like a big critter that's like a grub, but like big and noodly. That swims around. Oh, I'll tell you what, someone should make a mod for that. Can I commission someone to make a mod for that? That would be funny. Whiskers Leviathan. Ocean too big. It is big. Have you got thalassophobia? Is that a thing? That would be awesome. I always thought this planet needed a giant predator. It needs something. I mean, I get that it's far out and you gotta grab the graphene. Oh, the graphite. I think they could add a unique critter. Just post on ONI Discord. Someone made a mod for me randomly. It's a boop booster checkpoint. A boop booster checkpoint. A swap booster when passing. Ooh, that sounds interesting. This is not a very big lump of graphite, is it? Why am I getting graphite and graphene confused? I played Dyson Sphere program. That should not happen. You like knowing where north is? Also, mountains help me know where north is. Oh, no, mountains is weird. Yes, I'm not sure the concept of north exists here. Let's keep building these ladders. I do want to see the bottom. The biggest peril there is the wonky fluid mechanics at that scale. That's true. We'll see what happens. At least there's plenty of backing, so it's not all just disappearing into space. Right, you should dig now, right? That should be your next errand. I just want you to come over here just so we can see if there's any more stuff to look at. Oh, it looks like there's not. Okay, well that's fine. I'm actually surprised the boots remember what the boosters are going back. Yeah, now that sounds advanced. Right, so we can just tell you to make Fullerene here once we dig up the graphite. We have plenty of aluminum, and we have plenty of... Well, actually, how much sulfur do we have? That looks like one worth testing. I'm going to remove basic rad pills. We made so many of those, I don't think it matters at this point. I'm going to remove coal. I'm going to remove copper, because we don't have a copper volcano. I'm going to remove gold amalgam, because we exported every last bit of it. Joya seeds, I do care about. I'll keep everything... Actually, you know what? Stone hatch eggs, I don't care about those. Right, let's see. So, we need sulfur, which is still in the miscellaneous tab for some reason. We've got 16.8 tons of sulfur. That's enough to make 320 tons of fullerene. We're probably not going to make 320 tons of fullerene. So, that's fine. I think what I'll do is I'll just put a storage bin, maybe a chute. We've got a lot of aluminium over here. I could definitely put a auto sweeper here, right? Yeah, let's do that. I'm just jerry-rigging all of the super coolant stuff next to this thing. I think I will actually just tile this up, and then we'll remove this ladder, and then we'll put something else here. And in fact, you know what I think we'll do? I think we'll put the bottle filler here, and then we'll put the liquid reservoirs for the super coolant here. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? At least one. I could probably do that, but I'll need to actually cut this pipe. Which way was that going? It was going down, okay. Let's do that, and then you output super coolant, and then that can come out here. And the petroleum needs to go in here. Oh, I'm really looking forward to being able to do this. I think this looks really neat with the anti-entropy thermonullifier. This will be a thumbnail at some point for sure. Probably not today, but like at some point. I think today the thumbnail will just be the Water Asteroid fully explored. We'll be there soon. We're going to be there in about one cycle with the second rover. How's that water looking? Fine, that's good. Okay. Does this require emptying? Oh, this does actually require an errand, so let's actually put a lamp in here as well. Okay. I'm really happy it's finally happening. Yeah, surviving Mars is going to have to wait. If we can actually get a dupe set up on the Water Asteroid, then making Super Coolant the intended way for the first time is going to have to take precedence over that. Right, let's put the lamp there and the sensor here. Slowly getting to that sour gas boiler. We are! We're actually making progress. But I will warn you, once we manage to get the niobium asteroid tamed, we are going to take another long hiatus on this until we get the new computer. Because there's other stuff I want to do too. I had an idea for a short challenge that I think you guys might find enjoyable. I want to see if it's possible to do a run of Oxygen Not Included when the starter biome has been deleted. So the printing pod is just hanging out in space, and everything up to the first layer of like granite tiles is deleted. I want to see what asteroids it's actually possible to do that on. Because I don't think it's going to be all of them. And by everything, I mean like the oxygen too. Well, maybe not the oxygen, but like, I'll think about it. I think we intended to break this wire, right? Yeah. I'm going to remove this just so that I don't try and do the wrong thing with it. This wire I can just go here. Now you've tasted the posh lifestyle, all your showcases are going to include Super Coolant. Man, you know what? Actually, that is one thing I regret. When I did my video on how to make an early game freezer, that was just when the Frosty Planet pack came out. And I said, just use Nectar, guys. It's super easy, just use Nectar. Now, granted, you can do that now that they've released the Printerceptor. You can just get a bonbon tree and use some ice makers. You can just make Nectar on every run. But, I don't know. You're not always going to be making a freezer with Nectar. Because getting Nectar is probably going to happen after you need to have a freezer sometimes. 2026 freezer going to cringe at 2025 freezer. Lol. Nah. Super Coolant is one of those things in the game that's intentionally busted. Letting you run thermo aquatuners, power positive, it's just crazy. Once you can do that, you can basically do anything. The limit is just actually the complexity of your brain. Also, I'm curious. Does Super Coolant actually have any real-life basis? Is it, like, based on an actual material? I think it looks very aesthetic. Oh, let's put the bottle emptier in. Bottle filler. No. Super Coolant plus Tune Turbine is power positive. Yeah, exactly. What's up with that? Because obviously it cools down to pretty much absolute zero. Which I don't think is real. Heat capacity is very high. Thermal conductivity is very high. But do you know if there's any material that has properties like this in the real world? IRL, if you want to cool something, use water. Yeah, but that's because it's cheap. I'm sure there's some chemical that has better coolant properties than water. I'm not going to pretend I know a lot about this, but there is definitely something that exists, but you don't use it because it's so expensive. But yes, the heat capacity is also wildly high. Yes. Water does have a high heat capacity, but this is nuts. 8.4 for a liquid is just crazy. And the heat of vaporization, yeah. IRL, we've actually cooled stuff to 1 Kelvin. Yeah. Yeah, that's about where Super Coolant gets to. I don't think the game lets you cool below that point. You can cool stuff to well below 1 Kelvin. It's just very expensive. No, that's not what we want. We want the bottle drainer. We just want a little one. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually put the bottle drainer here, and then we'll have another liquid tank which will fill with petroleum. So that it's filled with petroleum in advance. Because, yeah, you're going to want 1 tank of petroleum to 2 tanks of super coolant. About that. Hello, Silent Simulacrum. Hope you're doing well. I do need to kind of update this list. We're not using Fast Track because that doesn't work for the November Quality of Life update. Tinted Aquatuna Liquid was actually implemented into the game, which I think is hilarious. I don't use more marble sculptures anymore because while it is nice, it does just cause issues every time I try and load a save from a different update. So I don't tend to use that mod anymore. All these tiles here. Oh, it's just because of the steam. Just trying to prevent the steam heat leak. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Critter rename. I think that's one that I haven't managed to get working in a while. It may be that I can get it working again. But yeah, I will update that command this week, because I think it's a bit out of date now, but most of the important ones are there. Also, did I spell suppress notifications wrong? Am I serious? I did. I totally spelled suppress notifications wrong on the command. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. That's been like that for years. Suppress. Ridiculous. Yeah, we don't have very much iron left. We're getting that from the iron volcano. I'm looking forward to going to the Tundra Asteroid so we can get more iron volcanoes. That's something we can do as well, actually. Once we've finished at the Water Asteroid, we'll look for the Tundra Asteroid so we can get all the iron volcanoes. Right, so we need petroleum to go in here. Enable auto bottle. Just fill this up with petroleum. Right, let's go back. Okay, you did manage to get all the way over here. There's nothing else over here, it's just neutronium. Now you're getting down here. And look! We found it! We found the fossil. And it's a lot of fossil. I like that we get different sounds on this asteroid. That's neat. But yeah, there's no metal at all. So graphite shows up in this sort of black color like the coal and the phosphorite. Or the coal does. No. These are just black. Oh, never mind, just ignore me. I started taping Tundra first with steel production, then the following run I went for tungsten so I can make thermium, and then I just speedrun to niobium. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, it looks like some of this fossil got mined. Interesting. We got tiles? Wait, we got tiles? What gives? Is there something lore related down here? Oh, I can't wait. Get me that second rover. Fossil tiles? No, they're made of sandstone. Look, we found some water. Guys, we can finally make oxygen on this asteroid. We finally found some water. Oh, there's the graphite. Okay. Good. There's probably not a lot of graphite on this asteroid. We're going to run out of graphite way before we run out of sulfur. Wikipedia says ammonia has a mildly higher specific heat capacity, but because of its lower density, it's less per volume. There's ammonia in the game. Does that even make sense to add ammonia to the game? What would you even use it for? Yeah, you've got some rock here as well, so this should be quicker. Let's actually just dig up a little bit of this rock as well. That will probably do. Yeah, this will go quicker now that we're not going all the way back up to the top for rock. Well, believe it or not, this is all full of water. That makes sense. We got a light fixture. I should probably stop micromanaging this. Rocket is going to be there in 60 seconds. That's what I like to see. Alternate way to make fertilizer. Yeah, maybe. Maybe just more critter shenanigans. Flox numbers are increasing. We have 8 out of 9. This is great. Got 12 flox eggs. We got 6 tons of wood. That's good. Lots of plant husks. We're not really doing anything with plant husks, are we? What can we use these for again? We can use them to make plywood. We can feed them to gassy moons. Obviously, we're going to feed them to gassy moons if we ever get to that point. How's these turbines doing? Oh, they've still got loads of heat. We're fine. Right, I think what we can do is we can get these tiles removed now. So we can get in here, and we should just be able to remove all of these. That's not a lot, but that's something. Just getting infinite wood per building is a nice side benefit to Floxes. Yes, I mean, obviously, when we're actually doing our critter recycling, according to our big plan, we are going to run it through ethanol distillers to get more resources. That is absolutely the plan, the final video in that list. We are going to do Floxes. Frankly, I would rather do Floxes than try and set up all the fertilizer production and all the mixed branches and greenhouses. That just seems like a massive headache. Maybe we will do that the second time we do this. Maybe when we do this in a future run. If we ever get to that point. If ONI doesn't release so many DLCs. Oh my god, guys, we have 301 microchips. What are we even going to do with 301 microchips? That's good. Why aren't I tuning these? I could totally just tune these now, couldn't I? They're all even hooked up to their own wires. Oh, they are tuned. Wait. They should be tuned. There's a lot of errands. Reed fiber is still fine. Okay. The Green Goblin is in orbit. Right. Okay, so we want to deploy the orbital cargo. We'll watch it this time. We'll deploy the second rover. If we go up here. Let's watch all the bombs. We drop bombs! Oh, look how slowly they go through the water. Oh, that's really funny. We'll go grab the rest of the steel later, but at least it's buildable stuff. Also, I've just realized they're indistinguishable from the other payloads. That's not very satisfying. Right, I am going to get you to deconstruct these then, right? You will do this, won't you? Yes. So that's steel. And then we just need to come back with a Trailblazer module. Right, and then just come home. No, don't abandon ship. Ooh, look. We found it. The pay dirt. Some of it's already been mined out. With the pressure. Yeah, look, see here, we got a lump. Does that mean we can go back to this asteroid now and set this errand? No, we need it on this asteroid. Okay, fair. You're going to dump more petroleum into here, right? Yes. That will be quite slow, but we're not going to have to make a huge amount of this, so I think that's fine. I'm really glad we found a good place for all this equipment where it's not going to get in the way later on. Is there only finite graphite in ONI, or can you get some from space mining? Oh god. I don't know if I remember. Let's have a look at the databank entry though, because we haven't been here before. Thermonullifier promo. Tired of shutting down during seasonal heat waves? Looking to cut weather-related operating costs? Look no further. Gravitas's revolutionary anti-entropy thermonullifier is the exciting, affordable way to eliminate operational downtime. Powered by our proprietary renewable power sources, the AETN efficiently cools an entire office building without incurring any of the environmental surcharges associated with comparable systems. Initial setup includes hydrogen duct installation and discounted monthly maintenance visits from our elite team of specially trained contractors. So it only runs 10 grams per second of hydrogen. If you ran, let's have a look at this again, right? If you ran 100 grams per second through this, you get 800 watts. A thermo aquatuner is 1200 watts, so 150 grams of hydrogen, and that gives you 500 kDJs of cooling. So that makes the anti-entropy thermonullifier about 3 times as efficient as a water thermo aquatuner. This was Fullerene from space mining. That was in the base game, wasn't it? They had the POI that you mined. Oh look, there's 2 artifacts here. We got archaic tech, and we got the Rubik's Cube. There you go. I've removed them. Pray I don't remove them again. So we'll have to land the rocket here and grab the artifacts. That's good though. That's 2 out of 7 remaining ones. And then you could just dig to get down here, right? Do I want to do that? Oh yeah, we have the lime tiles. That is a lot of lime. Very interesting. It melts into magma. At 1,500? That's weird. Why does lime melt into magma at this temperature and then immediately condense into igneous rock? That's so weird. Spaced out as an asteroid field with Fullerene. It does, yes. There is a special one. I have yet to find it, but I've also yet to look really far. There is also a sulfur data point of view here. Data point of view? POI. Point of interest. Yeah, we definitely haven't found this one yet. That's fine. Yeah, we're gonna... So... let's see. So if we try and dig this up, it's soft, so we can just dig it immediately. This means we can get the Rovers to come and dig this. So I guess that means we should come in here, right? Water pressure is somewhat high. I feel like it should still be possible to do this. It's not like there's any gases in here, so this is just going to fill up right away, right? There you go. So graphite isn't renewable, but the only use is Fullerene, which is renewable. Yes. Exactly. That's kind of weird, though. I feel like graphite should be the thing that you find in space. I mean, I guess maybe it's to make it more appealing than a planet, but you still have to, like, I don't know. Coming to the planet is more annoying than a space POI at this point, surely. Oh, I need to make sure we go over here as well. But you can't dig up the line. So, no. Oh. I guess just dig up the igneous rock for now. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to tell you to make a ladder. Yeah, we'll just make some ladders and come over here. I really do just want to explore this all. I don't think there's any real need to do these ladders anymore, so leave those. Leave that. If you really want graphite, it can be made from fullerene and the rock crusher. Really? You can melt fullerene into liquid carbon. LOL. That sounds worthwhile, doesn't it? I love the taste of liquid carbon. Crush it into graphite and sand. Hold on a minute. So, let me get this straight. You can make graphite. No, you get graphite and you use graphite, 5 kilograms of sulfur and 5 kilograms of aluminum into 100 kilograms of fullerene. And then you can rock crush that. Yeah, here. You can rock crush that into that plus sand. This is a pathway that lets you turn sulfur and metal into sand. Is that useful for anything? I don't know. That's kind of weird though, isn't it? So, here's the thing, right? Salt. You get salt from saltwater vents. The saltwater vent gives you 3 kilograms per second on average, and it's 7% salt. Way too much labor to be useful? Maybe, but I want to think about this while we're doing this digging exercise. Yeah, I'll leave you here. So, if it's from a saltwater geyser, you're getting 21 grams per second of salt. Is that correct? No, it's 210. 0.21 kilograms per second of salt from a saltwater geyser. You've got a brine geyser. The brine is 30% salt, isn't it? Yes. The brine geyser actually gives you 0.45 kilograms per second of salt. So if you're crushing that into sand with the rock crusher, making table salt, which is the same amount of labor as one of the steps for this pathway, then you get 0.45 kilograms per second of sand. If we go back to this, so how much metal does a metal volcano give you again? Let's go have a look. So this gives you an average of 300 grams per second of metal. So it's not a lot. That makes sense. So it's 0.3 kilograms per second. Hold on. There's 0.3 kilograms per second of metal. The sulfur similarly comes from a sulfur geyser, which is a large flow rate. So you're constrained by the amount of metal you're getting. Yeah, you're constrained by the amount of metal you're getting. But you're effectively doubling the metal output into sand. And if you've got a sulfur geyser, the sulfur cost is minimal. But obviously this machine uses a lot of power as well. It's 3 times the dupe labor. That's true. So it's 3 times the dupe labor, and it's a lot more power. But it technically gives you more sand than rock crushing for a saltwater geyser. But I guess it's not a fair comparison because you've got 2 geysers. So you would need 2 different geysers. Then you've got... Oh, whoops. And then you've got twice the amount of rock crushing. Yeah. I know it's not worth it. I'm just trying to calculate how much it's not worth it. You'd rather turn oxygen into sand. Yes, that's fair enough. Okay. Let's go back and have a look. You're digging that up. Are we in here? Okay, you did actually get all the way over here. Is there any graphite? Is there... Okay, the graphite's all buried beneath the surface, so we do have to get into this little compound. That's fine. I can get you to come over here and dig this rock. And then we... Okay, that rock. And then we find all of the payloads. They're all down there. This one landed on the neutronium. Fantastic. What are you up to? You're okay. You're the new rover. I like that there's like a little lump to give you a taste. And then we get down here, and then there's a barren biome. Wait, there's a barren biome. Doesn't that mean we have metal? We do have metal. It's just all the way down here. And we've got refined metal too. Okay. Wow, okay. Maybe this wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. That's interesting. Right, let's put the ladder back here. And probably just a couple more ladders. This is a lot of water pressure, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these tiles just explode. Let's find all of the... I mean, obviously we're just going to queue up dig errands and all of this, right? Today we are painting by numbers. Big chunk over here. What a weird looking biome. I'm really excited. We found a new biome that we never found before. In over 3,000 hours of this game. Yeah, a lot of it is just crushed because of the water pressure. It's very entertaining to me. I like the texture too. We got some real odd tiles here, haven't we? I think it's quicker if I just click the individual tiles in this case. Leave that for now. Let's priority 9 this dig, just so we can see over here. Okay, that is priority 9. The Rovers are on their way. They're trying. And I guess at this point, is there a load of igneous rock down here that was crushed? There's some sandstone. Looks like all the sandstone got crushed. It's interesting. Well, I probably want to dig this, and it's already partially dug. So we'll do that. Put the ladder here. Obviously, we want to rummage and inspect these, right? Yeah. Nothing to really look at over here. And then I guess, while we got the Rovers over here, we just start figuring out paths for all of that stuff. 29 this as well. Because it's close by. I think that is the whole asteroid. Once we've actually done this. I just realized I've left a massive tick. I've left a massive tick. Hilarious. Oh, it's got it makes it go off center. Inspect TV? Yeah, right. I will inspect the TV. I want to get down to the bottom as well. Yeah, I inspected the TV already. I had the databank about the thermonullifier. Now, do I want to get the Rovers or the dupes to unpack all these payloads? Where's the other rover? Oh, is the other rover dead? Did they fix the bug with the Rovers? Have we got a dead rover over here? Is it Rover? Can't see it. Where would it even be? I can't see it. Did it just get spontaneously crushed by the water pressure? I kind of doubt that. You aren't you aren't even the new one. You're the old one. It's in the pod. Draco eggs, hilarious. Yeah, look, we got random iron tiles because this is just a normal barren biome. Interesting. Also, actually, something to consider. We do have gases down here. There's a lot of oxygen carbon dioxide down here. If we let that go, it's just going to escape forever. I don't think that's going to be a problem. No, both rovers are still operational. Just don't really have a lot to do at the moment. I will put... Let's start making... I could start making stuff out of igneous rock, because this is the only igneous rock down here. If we come through here, you could do that, and then put a ladder here. Right, let's add graphite to the list. Consumable... Is it consumable ore? No. Industrial ingredient? No. Is it miscellaneous? Is it a mineral? It's probably a mineral, isn't it? It is! Okay, there we go. Please send graphite. And then I guess we'll just make more igneous rock ladders and go down here. We'll see how much of this digging we can do. Oh, I'm so happy. The check mark looks cool. It does look cool. Oh, look. Some of it mined for us. That's a lot of water. Please continue to self-mine. You'll make me very happy. We obviously need to get a dupe to open the door, but that's fine. It would be nice if they added, like, a little something else. They should add, like, a special fish to the water asteroid. I would appreciate that. Perhaps they add a fish that poops graphite. If you feed it, I don't know, like... refined carbon? No, that would be too easy. Some kind of fish. I want a rare fish game. Yeah, now you can get up here. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, now you're getting in here. Feed it dupes. 1 dupe equals 1 graphite. Take it or leave it. I like it. Right, let's see. What else do I want to do? Obviously, we have to get down. So, how about we just go here and then here? And once we get a dupe in here, preferably with an Atmos suit, we can dig around in here, and there is a bit of metal. How much metal? Not a lot, but at least some. Is that a big chunk of metal? Oh, okay, no, that's a big chunk of metal. That's fine. No unusual feature. Feed... Oh, yeah, that's what they should do. They should make it so you have to feed it jawbows. No, but then you'd have to get the prehistoric planet pack. No, I think that would be too... It wouldn't be different enough from what you're doing with the jawbows for it to make sense. You can make it so that it eats niobium and turns it into graphite. At like 50% mass. And then you just get a load of that. No, I don't know. That sounds crazy. Including pack uses jawbows and prehistoric exclusive. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. But at that point, it's just a fancy jawbow. Right. Okay, so you can get down here and do this as well. You don't actually have anything else to do now, do you? You're just digging graphite. That's good. I like it. You should actually be able to climb that vein pretty well. And then if you dig this, then you can get down here a fair bit as well. Oh, look at all this graphite. Pay dirt. That's 100 tons of fullerene right there. Right. Rocket is 0.8 cycles away. This was definitely a 2-rover job. And yeah, I guess, yeah, let all the gas out into here. This gas shouldn't escape up here, should it? I think it will just all tile up because of the immense pressure. You know what? I think we're actually going to have time to dig out this whole asteroid. I'm pretty confident we can reach everywhere we want by digging through these tiles. I will put another ladder here. Just depends on how long this rover wants to hold on, I guess. I will need you to dig here as well. If I get you to dig... probably here, right? No, this is how we got over here. I think I probably need to put a ladder here.
Thanks for the raid.
Shen! You picked a good day to raid us, Shen. Oh my god, okay, hold on. Hello, Shen. Hello, Thorchild. Hello, UG800. Hello, Dolan the Destroyer. Hello, Echofied. Hello, Grinbringer. Though I guess that's kind of what the tree is already. Yeah, exactly. We have done something very special. I'm going to give Shed a shout out as well because we had a lot of people beforehand as well. Shed is a friend of the channel. I've known him for years. He keeps me sane. Hope EU4 is treating you well. That's a lot of water. It is. Did you ever get to the Water Asteroid? I can't remember whether you played it on Spaced Out or not. But yeah, this asteroid is just covered in water. I left a big check mark to show that we've actually been here. We dumped a ton of bombs. We dumped a load of payloads on it. Just with building materials, because I thought there wasn't going to be enough building material here, but there kind of was enough building material in the end. And then the whole bottom biome is full of lime, which is used for steel production, and it's a huge quantity of lime. And it also is full of graphite, which you turn into fullerene by combining with sulfur and aluminum. And then if we go back to our main asteroid, we built a molecular forge where we can make the fullerene. Yeah. So set that there. Now we dug it up, it appears on the list. And then, once we've got the fullerene, we can combine it in the emulsifier with gold and petroleum to get super coolant. And super coolant is a fictional liquid that turns into a solid at roughly absolute zero. So you'll never actually get solid super coolant. This means you can just run your thermal aquatuners forever. Also, it has a huge heat capacity of 8.4. That's over twice the heat capacity of water. The heat capacity of water is already a lot. And it's also very thermally conductive. What that means is we have a lot of these thermo aquatuners running in the base, exchanging heat with everything. We're dumping heat into the environment, taking it out of the liquid. And then we're running the cold liquid past steam turbines, which delete the heat energy and turn it into power. And we're using water for this, or polluted water in this case, because it's the same. And that is pretty efficient. But if you run these with super coolant and then you tune the steam turbines, you generate more power than the thermo aquatuner uses. So then your cooling becomes power positive. And that's kind of broken. So super coolant is very strong. Now, you're not going to get very far doing this. So why are you trying to get naphtha? Where is our naphtha-based thing? I'll put a plastic temperature plate here, but I don't know where you're trying to dump it. But yeah, we're actually doing something. So this is our big asteroid. Our plan, this is the asteroid where we're doing sour gas or bust. What does that mean? Well, the aim is that we're going to try and make a colony that's completely 100% sustainable off of critter products recycling. And in the videos, in the links, we set up a flowchart with a few different critters. But the crux of what we're doing... So, we have a few different critters. We have some glossy Drecos. These eat plants, and they produce plastic on their back, which we shear. We can boil the plastic into sour gas. You then condense the sour gas with a thermo aquatuner full of super coolant. And you turn it into methane and sulfur. And then the methane gets heated up again and turned into natural gas. And then you run the natural gas through a ton of natural gas generators, because you get so much natural gas from turning plastic into natural gas directly that you have so much power you can do whatever you want in this game. It's way more power than you'll ever need. And then you take the water, the polluted water, out of the natural gas generator. You boil it to get regular water. You feed the water to bristle blossom plants, which are different to these ones. And then you feed the bristle blossoms to the Dreco. And the whole loop completes itself, and you get more water out than you put in. And you can keep scaling up forever until you run out of space and your computer blows up. And then you'll have all the plastic you could ever need, or you can turn it into sour gas and natural gas for fuel. So it's everything you possibly need. It's building material, it's power, it's food, because you're feeding so many creatures. And then the water, the excess water can be turned into oxygen for your dupes. And that solves every problem in the game. The only problem it doesn't solve is metal for buildings. There are critters in the game that produce metal, but they're kind of rare. We do have metal volcanoes as well. There's other things we can do as well. Some of these buildings, like the natural gas generators, produce carbon dioxide as waste. We have a load of slicksters down here that eat carbon dioxide and turn it into petroleum. That's pretty handy, isn't it? So we can boil that petroleum into more sour gas and then feed it back into our natural gas generators. Or you can just run it through petroleum generators. It's less efficient, but it's simpler. And there's a few other things, like the sulfur. We can actually feed it to Sweetles and Grubs. We haven't actually done anything with them yet, but there's a lot of insects on this planet here where we just have a couple of bionic dupes hanging out. This is where all our metal volcanoes are, and we're just grabbing all of our metals. This has been fully automated for a while now, so we don't have to do anything here now. But these critters eat sulfur and they turn it into sucrose. These critters eat sucrose and they turn it into mud. And then mud gets turned into dirt and water. Also, we keep dumping all of our vacillator recharges on this asteroid. So we're going to keep buffing my bionic dupes here until they're madmen. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm really excited because this is the first time that we've actually found the Water Asteroid in this game. And we played it for like 3,000 hours. So we've spent plenty of time in it, but we never actually got around to doing it. So we're going to explore all that late game stuff as well. You've got regenerative. Nice. You regenerate health now too. We're going to get some stacked bionic dupes on this asteroid. You have 15 megajoules of stored power. That's fun. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. So, obviously, something I've got to do as well. I've got to make sure we're still getting in here and digging up this graphite. Because we can do all of this before the duplicant lands. And then the duplicant can just load it into the rocket. I think we will just load it into the rocket. I don't think we're actually going to set up a payload launcher here. Because we don't need more water. We're struggling to actually consume all the water we've already got on our main asteroid at the moment. We just don't have that many duplicants. We could get more, but we're already lagging, and we're already doing stuff at a rate which I'm pretty happy with. Right, if you dig these, you can start climbing around here as well, I think. Are there more bits in here we can come grab? There are. Okay, let's keep doing that. Pump it all into space. There, fair enough. It'll save lag. Yeah. We're going to get a new computer at some point as well. We're saving up for a new computer. I need to actually just commit to buying this new computer, but there's other things I want to do first. Although, oh man, I don't know. I mean, the longer I wait, the more money it's going to cost, right? With the way the world is at the moment. Maybe we just hold off. Maybe we save up the money, buy the computer at a better time. Because I've got lots of stuff to do anyways. Like, I don't necessarily need the new computer yet. We probably will need it to completely fill up this asteroid, because this is a huge asteroid. But there are certainly other things for us to do. But if we save up the money, at least we can just spend it when we feel like it. Also, it takes ages to load the game after each cycle. Now, it's kind of painful. You can just hear the slicksters sucking away. But yeah, we excavated this whole asteroid. The bottom of this asteroid was full of magma. Like, more magma than usual as well. So we used the ocean biome. There was a massive ocean biome on this map. We just dumped it all on the magma biome, and we turned it into a giant steam room. And we've been running these steam turbines for hundreds of cycles to just remove all the heat. We've been powering our base off of it, to be fair. I'm sure some of the power has been wasted, but not all of it. These batteries aren't completely full. It's actually kind of scary that we're running this many steam turbines, and our batteries aren't even full. I think a lot of them are connected over here, though. Yeah, a lot of them are. We're trying to connect our heavy watt wire on this map as well, and we're pretty close. The wire is actually built all the way over here now. I do need to get in here and build some joints. I need to think about what that's going to look like. The gas pressure is actually pretty low down here. Maybe we just build a joint down here, like a normal joint. The heat isn't even that hot at this point. I think I will just do this. Perhaps I just connect it in here. This feels like a pretty harmless place to put it. So I guess I remove that, and then I can put the joint plate in here. Oh, no, you know... Do I really want to do that? No. I'm going to do it here. Redneck! Welcome. We've had a lot of raids today. Let me give you a shout out too. Redneck also plays Oxygen Not Included and has gotten probably further in this game than I have, if I'm being really honest. There you go. How are you doing? What are you up to, Redneck? You just had a big raid from Shen. Where do I want to put this? I want to put this at the bottom of the ladder. The ladder is going to go here. You know what? Maybe we don't even bother putting it at the bottom of the ladder. Maybe we just put the joint plate here and call it a day. We'll see. Still my Bionic, only run, getting tamers in place and testing stuff out. Nice, nice. We actually made it to the Graphite Asteroid. Why are you trapped in here? This does not seem like a good plan. If I dig this, you'll get in here, right? And then you'll do everything. That sounds like a better plan. And then dig that as well. And then I guess I'll just put a ladder here. I need to make sure that I'm keeping these guys busy. There is actually a load of gas in here. Do I really care about that? Oh, I need to dig this so I can actually get this out as well. I guess we'll just come down here then. We'll do it that way. I'm trying to see exactly how much graphite we have. But to be honest, we have a lot of graphite. I thought we had more sulfur than graphite. We don't. There's a lot here. Maybe we will have to get some more sulfur then. Also, our Radbolt rocket has landed. We're running a load of radiation, the Radbolt generators off of the crashed satellites. Here. These just generate huge amounts of radiation for free. And they're just a feature of this map. They were just here a while ago. So we've been harvesting them for ages with all the power from the steam turbines. And that's refueling our rocket. So that's pretty good. Oh, we got a load of meteors coming in. Great. Good timing. What's happening with these? I think they're just melting immediately. Yeah, I think if I'm ever gonna actually set this up to run with snow, I think this cooling loop needs to be a lot colder. But this, I don't think this is even gonna actually cool this. I think what I would need to do, you know what? I can get them to do this now. I should get them to put some drywall up here so that the snow can actually cool the map. And let's actually put, like, some snowflakes here. You know, a bit of positive reinforcement. And then the dupes can all do this. I don't think it's going to stack quite this high. But if it helps to cool the base, it helps to cool the base. I don't think it's going to be a huge amount of ice and snow, but it's worth doing. Quick question while I'm here. Would you be interested in a hot potato run in Oxygen Not Included? Testing water to see who would be in would be sometime this spring. Oh, you mean like passing saves around? I think probably not, because I have a lot to do. in the politest possible way. So not only am I doing Sour Gas or Bust, but I have plans for more challenge runs in ONI as well. The challenge run I'm currently thinking of doing soon is which asteroids can you survive on when the starting biome is deleted. So I'm going to load up a map in sandbox mode with 3 fresh duplicants. And I'm going to completely erase the starting biome up to the granite wall in sandbox mode. And then we're going to see if the dupes could survive. And what we'll probably do is we'll do a couple of episodes on each start, on each asteroid start, to see what is possible. That's something I really want to investigate. Now, we'll all be together in one series. Because I've never seen anyone do that. And I'm not actually sure how possible it even is. But it sounds fun. And other than that, I would also like to do a Gassy Moo challenge, because we still haven't done stuff with Gassy Moos. We need to do that at some point, and I would prefer to do that on a spaced out, smaller meteor, smaller asteroid thing, so it's not super laggy. I'm surprised you're drywalling that area when we're already laggish. I'm drywalling it so that we can get the snow and the ice from snow and ice meteors to cool things down. That's my plan. That's why I'm using the snowflake tiles. So there's that. There's also Dicer Program. I want to go back to Dicer Program when that comes out. There's also the Belatro update that's coming at some point, because Local Thunk is still working on it, as far as I know. And I definitely want to try that out. And then, frankly, if we ever run out of that, I'm probably not going to go back to Surviving Mars after we complete this current run until I see a bit more progress from the devs. But RimWorld is something I want to try on stream. Don't set your watch by the Belatro update. Yeah, it's in the back pocket. There's something to do, but when it comes out, I will probably look at it. I'll put it that way. There you go. They really need to add a box drag tool for drywall. Yeah, get this all out of here. You don't need to load this up with steel this time, sorry. Is there anything else I want to bring? Probably not. What should we actually do? Should we actually just land the bionic dupe and then see what we do? Oh, I need to replace this. I'm gonna bring another rover, I think, so we can keep doing more digging, maybe. Let's make this a trailblazer. Research module? Excuse me? Wait. Is the trailblazer bigger? No, it's not bigger. No, it is bigger. Well, that's just rude. Well, remove this and remove this then. Keep looking here. Need to make sure we're still digging. You are a little bit idle. That's fine. Right, you've got a load of it over here. This is where most of it seems to have ended up. Makes sense. Got a little bit over there as well. And then we need to come over here and grab this. I'll also get you to come in here so you can grab that. I don't need you to grab that, do I? I'll need another ladder to get over here. And then I can't remove those tiles. How am I going to get up here? Probably just a ladder. Yeah, let's do that. And then get through here. Okay, and then there's a couple more that we need to do as well. So I need to remove this tile. It is very funny to me that there's still a little bit of oxygen down here. And then we need to go here. So that's probably going to be one where I just remove, I don't know, these tiles. And then I need to put a ladder in here. We have a lot of igneous rock now as well, that's good. Lots of building material now. Yeah, there's more building material than I thought. I don't know why. I thought the tiles here were going to be really low mass. But I guess that doesn't make sense because then they just break immediately. How are the 2 rovers going? They're still going, that's good. You're out of juice. So when we reload the game, you will stop working. So let's keep going until they've dug everything out. And I think that will cover everything. Right, rocket is now short. We need to add a trailblazer. I guess just make it out of steel, that's fine. Yeah, that takes up a lot of space, apparently. That would have fit. That's fine. No, it does. No, the rover module was the bigger module, not the orbital cargo module. Do I still want to bring anything? I don't know. What would we even want to bring at this point? Power banks. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Wait, no. Power banks would not be a good idea because they'll explode. If anything, I need to actually look in here. I need to put power banks in here. Yeah, leave them on the rocket. So I need to go over here and then I need to actually sweep those up. Oh, we reached the end of our playlist. Blimey. Right, let's go and have a look. Eco, we need to add eco power banks to this list. There you go. There's plenty of them. So let's do sweep by type. And then power banks, yep. Sweep them all up. Put them all on the rocket. And then we need someone else to actually go with us to the other planet. So who's that going to be? It's going to be a Bardic dupe in a suit, I think. Just to make sure we don't have to feed them. Because they don't really have a lot of space food. We're doing Bardic dupes for all of our space travel. So power banks should do. We got Ulti, Sonya, Mr. Lonely, Thing 1, and Eduardo. Oh my god, I haven't looked at the skills menu in a while. Okay. Well, the good news is, I mean, I could give these guys more morale. Do I want to? Probably not. Immune to pop eardrums, toasted surroundings. None of this will matter because they're all going to be wearing suits now. This matters early on. This is why they added this skill. But it doesn't matter now, so I'm probably not going to add it. Do any of these Bardic dupes do anything interesting? We've got the construction guy here. Let's bring Ulti the construction guy. And then you've got a diverse mix of skills. You've got the extreme ding booster and the ding boost. This is probably Thing 1. Sonya is the pilot. Sonya needs to stay here. Mr. Lonely has a mix of strength and construction. I think we bring Ulti, and I think we bring Thing 1. Do we do 2 dupes? I think we can bring 2 dupes. But no, to do that we would need 2 trailblazers. To be fair, I could remove this. Oh, you can put specific artifacts in here as well. Oh, that's the thing. We want to bring the artifacts back with us. We do. So let's actually change the module for another artifact module. In fact, do we need a third one? We could grab a third one. I don't think we need to, though. It's not en route. Well, you only need 2 trailblazers if you don't plan to land the rocket. That's true. We will land the rocket. So 1 trailblazer, and then I might, you know what I might do? I might just add another solar panel as well. And then I'll add a module. I'll add another artifact module. And then this is going to shift down here. Yeah. Okay, that should work well then. Good. Okay, so then we'll go in here. We'll select crew. We'll set thing 1 and ulti. Oh, what about Eduardo? I didn't consider Eduardo. Eduardo has electrical engineering boosters. Okay, Eduardo can stay here because he's operating here. I think that makes sense. Okay. We need to dig this tile to get through here. But it looks like they've actually dug everything else. We've got 18 tons of graphite. I would consider building some solar power on the asteroid. That would be a good idea. There is a lot of light on this asteroid, so we should bring some glass. That, I think we can put in here. So I'm just going to tell you to grab all the glass and put it in here. Glass. We made a ton of glass. That's not a lot. Perhaps we should just make some more glass. Oh my god. I probably got little fragments of glass here. I'm just cooking all the sand. That's funny. Show me the big large amount of glass. Keep selecting the little blobs. Is that a big blob? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe that's everything. I mean, we will set up a spawn as well. I think that is literally all the glass. Okay, that's good. So... Oh, I get it. It's because the glass dumps here from the thing. Right. How many solar panels can we make? Also, I love how we're actually pulling the water level down here. It used to be below these ladders. It's very amusing to me. We still need a little bit more over here. Probably that will do. I'm glad we can actually reach all of this. Metal, I think we'll have to leave that until the dupe gets here because of the abyssal light. That's fine. So if we look over here, this asteroid is 79 tiles across. Each solar panel is 7 tiles wide, so we can make probably realistically 10 solar panels. So we probably want a little bit more glass. Another 40 lots of glass. I'm just going to tell you to make 20 here and 20 at the other end. Is this actually still hooked up? Oh, this is still hooked up. Let's just run this. Actually, you know what? Run that one, and then I think we did set this other one up to work well now. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we can run this. That's fine. Then we'll go grab all that glass too, and then you can dump that. I'm going to yellow alert this just to make sure that you're constantly dumping stuff in here. Because we need power banks and we need glass. The only thing is... Oh, the other thing is, let's start unpacking these payloads. And I should look at which ones specifically are steel. A lot of the ones up here are steel. That's good. We know the ones that are undermined aren't steel because they were the original sandstone ones I sent when I didn't think we had enough material. I mean, that's a good start. Problem is, if we're making it out of steel... Okay, so each wire segment is 25. That's not a lot. That's 32 segments for 800 steel. That's 8 segments per payload. Oh, you know what? Let's actually just put a ladder down here too. You can make the ladders out of graphite. I love that you can just build stuff out of graphite. What a flex. And then all of these, I think, will also be that. I don't think I actually need to... We've got 4 payloads here? Why? Wait a minute. I haven't been counting these. No, they are all just individual payloads. That's fine. Does it have a true tile texture? It probably does. We could test that out. I think they are all actually done with this. You know what? I'm going to build a graphite tile just to see what it looks like. There you go. Have you all just cleared off now? I think they may have all just cleared off now. But yeah, keep opening these. Oh, there's some sandstone down here. Don't worry about the sandstone ones. That's fine. Oh, that's unreachable. I need to dig these and dig this. Okay. There's more payloads over here, but they're just sandstone. It's fine. You're steel, but that's going to be kind of annoying to grab. But I'll keep you highlighted. Then there's a load over here. I think I will just stay in here so that we can have the rovers empty these. Because that's going to be time consuming otherwise for the dupes. You know what? I probably shouldn't be dragging the rover all the way over here. Oh look, there's some iron ore. Let's grab that. Any more metal above the abyssalite? Every bit helps. That was the one tile. That's hilarious. Oh, there was another bit over here. Copper. Maybe just something broke over there. Okay. Yeah, now you're just unpacking all the payloads. That's fine. So add steel to the list. And I brought steel because we can use it for anything. It could be made. It could be refined metal. It could be normal stuff. It doesn't matter. Gold amalgam. Wait, we got 2 kilograms. We got 2 tons of gold amalgam. Great. Good. I don't still want to export metal over here anymore, so we'll leave that here. You don't need to build anything on the other asteroid now. Do I want to keep sending the regolith over? I don't know. Not really. I love that this one tile of naphtha is holding back all the gas. Okay, how are you looking? Okay, you've got more power banks on here, but I really want to send more. You've got the glass too, that's good. Let's keep looking for glass. Yeah, here you go. Keep sweeping it. Right, how is the water looking over here? Still looks pretty hot. How's it looking going in here? This is cooling down. Good. I think it's going to take a while, but I think this is eventually going to cool down again. I guess the real test is whether the steam is all condensing here or not. I think it has. I think it is condensing. Yeah, it's getting below 100 degrees. That's really helpful. Okay. And then if we come over here, can I just build the conductive plate here? No. Okay, here's the issue. Oh, I have to build it like this then, don't I? Yeah, here's the issue. You can't have insulation on either side of it. So it will leak the heat through. Therefore, we do actually need a vacuum in between this. Because there's too much steam here. Now, I could probably quite easily vacuum out this one little packet and that would be fine. Perhaps we just proceed on that basis. So what does that look like? Probably just a blob of naphtha here, right? We can climb onto this tile. Do that. Let's go ahead and do that. I think we will probably go... I think we'll probably go for one more cycle, and then we'll launch the rocket. And then we'll launch the rocket, and then we'll come back next week. And then we can actually get a dupe over there, and we can grab the graphite and abscond with it. Right, who's going to come in here then? What are people actually doing here at this point? They're still doing stuff. That's good. You know what? Remove this conveyor rail. We don't need it anymore. It's a lot of power banks, right? That's over 10 cycles worth. And then we'll get the solar panels up. I think that will do on power banks. Let's add glass to the list. We got the rad pills back in here as well. Just in case we need them. I think there's enough sun on the Water Asteroid that we can stagger the solar panels as well. So maybe we actually need a bit more than the amount I said we needed. But we don't have to build them all immediately. We can payload the rest of it. So I think we actually just set the destination and go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, so we've selected use, summon crew, new exterior. I wish that would take you to the actual exterior of the rocket instead of just where the camera was last. And then we'll just launch. See if we get any more glass in here. Oh, no active construction? That would help, wouldn't it? Okay. Okay, don't summon crew then. I'm really glad they changed the rocket interface. I'm happy about that. Need to build this too. Yeah, I mean, why not? You're here. Go ahead. Do it. Right, and then you need to make the Trailblazer unit as well. The artifact module. Oh! Whoops. That wasn't right. It looked too convincing. It looked like it was already there. Is that a visual bug? I feel like that's a visual bug. But you still need to give the rest of the glass. There you go. this? Why have we got ammo suits over here? 290 microchips. This is everything we're dumping up the other asteroids. What are you doing? What a perfectly good place to get water. Are you actually full of glass now? Let me select the loader, please. You've got algae. Oh, okay, alright. No more algae. That will do. Let's add algae to the list. Wow, we dumped a lot of algae in here. Well, it's not a lot, but like, it's better than nothing. What's this place looking now? Did you actually unpack all the payloads? Got 3 tons of steel. Is that halfway? Okay, we're halfway there. That's good. I think now is the time for the thumbnail. What's this gonna look like? I want it to look a bit more dramatic than this. Maybe if I just select the graphite. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure this even actually shows up on the thumbnail, but yeah. That's good. I guess I could technically show the check mark if I really felt like it, but I don't know. You know what? Actually, we could do the check mark. That's funny. Yeah. That's good. We did it. Okay, that's the rest of the glass. I think that will do now. So make that priority 9. And then go back to the front. Oh, we're so close. We're ready to go. Oh, you look kind of broken, don't you? Yeah, this looks a little bit broken. Shame. Right, summon crew, begin launch sequence. Let's get out of here. Oh, I'm happy. We're finally going to send dupes to the Water Asteroid. I'm imagining we can get all the graphite back in one stream. Because all they're going to be doing is grabbing graphite. I will probably leave some dupes there. I don't think it's going to be too challenging. The saltwater guys can provide plenty of power as well once we actually geotune it. So I think the plan will be to send stuff to geotune it with. Send bleach stone. Exporting bleach stone to another asteroid might be weird. Maybe we don't bother geotuning it. Maybe we just send the saltwater back. I don't know. Is there anything worth staying there for, though? No, I guess not. But it's a lot of space, frankly. Like, I don't really think about this very much. But we'll let the rocket launch because it's really cool. But yeah, most of the planetoids are quite small, but the water planetoid is quite large. And if we could store all the water, we could probably fit a good part of our production process here. I'm not sure what it would be, but there's not a lot of geysers either. There's one here and there's one here. There's a really big chunk of space that we just don't have. Because obviously this asteroid is full of... Well, we've got some space here as well, realistically. We can fit stuff in a lot of asteroids. It's tall. Made your exuberant wild farm asteroid there. Yeah. We can figure it out. There's more stuff I want to do with this asteroid too. But, yeah, let's save it. Let's get out of here. We did it. We achieved a big goal today. So let me just go ahead and close it out. Make the water plant an industrial farm. Yeah, maybe. Right. Well, it's fishy bedtime. Thanks so much for stopping by, everyone. If you're still here from Shen's Raid, thank you very much for sticking around. I do appreciate your company. We stream weekday evenings, 7:30 to 10:30-ish. I'll let you know which weekdays on Discord. I'm aiming, now that I've changed my working from home arrangements. So I'm aiming to stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Alright? That's what I'm aiming to do from now on. We'll see if I stick to it. If you miss a stream, all of the VODs are on YouTube. You can find everything there. There's a load of new videos there as well, and we're going to be trying to make one video every week, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's go raid someone. I don't know who we're going to go raid. Let's see. I'm going to go raid... let's go raid Stinger's Playground. Another ONI streamer, friend of the channel. There you go. Make sure to get fishy and froggy emotes ready, and I'll see you over there. The new emotes will come out next week as well, so we'll have fun with that. But yeah, take care, everyone. Sleepy's wellies.